I don't hate him because he's Jewish. I hate him because he's just
because he won't mention your name. He won't give you the credit when he talks about you and things like this. Yes, I get it.
There's an ongoing feud in that way. But
yeah, no, I know.
That'll be framed as.
I'm just saying you don't got to be so soft, man. You don't got to be soft.
Yeah. But what my criticism of him as an individual just gets framed as anti-Semitism.
My criticism of him as an individual gets framed as anti-Semitism. Now, back up that claim. When has anyone called you an anti-Semite for criticizing me? When has that happened? One time. One time. One time. We don't want you to go on a lying note. You've lied a lot tonight. One time.
I've lied a lot tonight.
One time. One. Right. One time somebody's...
What is delightful?
One time somebody's called you an anti-Semite for criticizing me.
No. Now I'll be the one to be framed as the guy crashing out.
Chris, how you doing?
Yeah, good. Thanks for having me, gents. I know that I'm up against some quite esteemed debaters who will, whatever we discuss, likely be better prepared than I, but I'm happy to discuss what I can. So you guys win. Let's have a good chat anyway.
New South Wales. I just wanted to say we've got New South Wales #1 streamer in the house today, so that's great to have you here, Chris.
He's giving you shit.
Yeah, I'm used to it. It's okay. I'm used to it. I've more than once had my.
Would you like to introduce yourself to the guys?
Referred to as well, if we talk about New South Wales #1 streamer, Avi, has Elon ever tweeted your content out or Rookshot?
Yeah, a few times.
He's done so twice for me, which I was happy about.
If we're counting, I'm probably up around 10, but we won't. Who's counting? But good job. Guys, this is where the conversation's going to turn. So make sure to hit like, subscribe. No, but most importantly, share it. But like it, whatever platform you're watching on. We've got 8,343 with us now. I want to see how many we have at the end. Chris, I don't want to get your pronouns wrong. How do you describe yourself? Because I know you got offended with the way I said it last time. How do you want the audience to know you, and where can they find you after this?
Avi, it's when my content is used for profit is the issue that I have there, not with the pronouns. No. That would be a leftist approach to try and police other people's speech. I don't really try and do that too much.
All right.
So, it's when
before we start, Avi, can you just fix my camera? Zoom me and fix me up.
Yeah. You want to be right in there. Okay.
I want to be right in there.
You're conflating issues because there's two issues you have with me. One is that I called you a New South Wales streamer, correct?
No. It's that my content was used for profit.
Okay.
Okay. So
question. Okay. So do you have it? Oh, can you show me it? Oh, play it.
This content is
can you play it?
Watermark.
Can you play it?
We've got a Rebel News watermark.
Can you play it?
That's an issue, and we can go into this if you want.
Chris, can you just play it?
Organization.
Can you play it? I just want to see what it is. I don't know what it is. Just play it.
It's here. It's here. What do you want to say? This is my protest.
Can you send me it on
the details of this? Avi, it's one of my content that I put myself at harm's way.
But did they not credit? They didn't credit you. They didn't share it with me. Did they not credit you?
You put your watermark over it. You blur out my watermark.
Did they? That's what I'm trying to see. I want to see that they blurred out your watermark. Can you show me what it is? Can you send me that? Can you send me it?
Sending it to you won't change.
No, I want to bring it up on the screen.
It'll stay intact, Avi. But there's other issues that we can talk about. I'm guessing you didn't have me on to talk about that.
No, but you came with it prepared. So I just want to bring it up on the screens so we can watch it with the audience. If you think I've done something wrong, I want to answer it.
I think it gets to
just send it. Just send it to me.
I'll give that a like. Thanks, Trevor. Sufficient acknowledgement is to work. No, there you go.
Okay, I get it. You've got a bunch of people supporting you. Listen, if you're going to play this game, I'll smash you right out on everything you said here because that's not what you brought up in here.
You raised this topic, Avi.
Listen, I didn't. I said that. No, that's not the topic I brought up. I brought up the fact that you had a problem with the way I introduced you, and you did because we're going to play it in a second. So you lied about that, but now you want to bring this video up. I don't know the video. You did. We'll see it in a second. I want to see the video that you're saying I stole from you. I want to understand the context. If our team took away credit, I want to know what we're talking about. Can you send it to me in the DM so I can bring it up so we can all watch it and
I'll
credit
see
you?
if I can bring up Elon Musk's retweet of it that didn't include your watermark. But that's a
Mate,
good
just
one.
send the video.
Just send the video. You're such a child. If I did something wrong, I will apologize.
Well,
I will
name calling.
apologize here to you, to everyone. All right, you don't want to do it.
Can
Fine.
we move on
Doesn't
to
matter. Doesn't matter. I'm
got-
going to stop for one editor's note in this entire debate because it did bug me after the fact that he didn't want to share the clip with me, and I couldn't really remember. I vaguely remembered the dispute, and I remember it at the time being a bit crazy. So I really, like, if I did something wrong, I genuinely, as a content creator, when people take your content and then rebrand it as their own and sell it off as their own, it is frustrating and it is wrong. So I went and looked it up after we finished this debate. I should have done it at the time in the moment because he clearly didn't want to share it with us for this reason. Because when I went and looked back at it at the post, you can see we actually clipped a newsworthy 10 seconds from his extremely long live stream and uploaded it with the raw footage coming from within inside the church at the time. And if you look, you can see his watermark on his video, the one on the left, is still there. We didn't touch it. We didn't blur it. We literally republished that 10 seconds from his live stream the way he published it, which we assumed is how he wanted to be credited. I'm sorry that, it is a pretty bad watermark. I don't know why any content creator would put a white panel with some hard writing to read. But we tried to do the right thing and give him the credit in the way that he designed his own live stream to clearly be credited. The craziest part when I went to look this particular post up, it turns out when I was scrolling his feed, I found that he took our live stream from the event the other day and he did exactly what he was accusing me of. He cut out the Rebel News logo and threw on his own branding in the middle. And that's the crazy thing. That's the theme of this entire debate at the end. Every accusation he throws at me is in fact a confession. Okay. So one time, I think also that video Channel 7 ran that night as well, if I'm not mistaken. But you were very upset. You were very upset with Rebel News doing it, and you had a big sook about it. And I'm sorry. If we didn't credit you, they usually do credit the work. So I'm surprised because people have said that before to me. But if they didn't credit you, they got it wrong, and that's bad. But it was weird that you didn't. Why didn't you have a problem with Channel 7 doing that when they used your work?
Let's rather than looking at Channel 7.
Okay. All right. Let's watch this thing.
Do you want
This
to talk about
interaction.
Channel 7? Is that what we're here to talk about, or no? Want to talk about?
Okay. Let's watch this interaction you had with Rukshan yesterday. Oh no, where is it? Here. Okay.
Go ahead. Tell us your thoughts. You've been watching. Tell us what your thoughts are so far.
Oh, look, I mean, the question. I'm happy to answer questions. In terms of my thoughts,
is this where it started?
It's
Yeah.
I think a lot of this comes down to people's just hatred of Jews. Really, people in the comments. You're blaming Avi before, and I'm not trying to defend him. I'm just saying it's outright just hatred of Jews. They hate me for the same reason because I'm friends with Avi. They accuse me of the same things as well. Most of these people are just low IQ retards and are not thinking these things through. Now, I never thought, seriously beyond a joke. Even if, the NSN were involved or whatever, I just thought that this guy was actually just a retard and he turned up for his own purposes. And now he's gone on this kind of, making up text messages or fake, Telegram messages or whatever it is. And people just buying it up without, apparently discerning political commentators here in Australia just buying up this nonsense from this guy when, it's so obvious that a lot of this is just stupid. And a lot of the things I've heard is just pure Jew hatred and, Jewish conspiracies. And it's so, yes, Avi definitely would do something like this, or Rukshan might be involved in something like this. It's just complete nonsense, mate. So, you got to call things for what they are. And just going down this whole Jew hatred path is just, making people dumber because, you can't just make everything just about that. And that's what it's become. And you see it in the comments here. A lot of these guys are either Nazi adjacent, they support NSN, they're LARPing, they're gropers or whatever they are. they hate people, they're racist, and this is just the way that they observe the world, and everything's just a Jewish conspiracy. So it's a lot of this nonsense, and I don't buy into it, and I don't care the consequences of having these people call me names for it. But that's what this is, and you know, beyond a joke, even to link the NSN to this, there's really no evidence. So I'm smart enough not to take it down all that way, but just beyond that kind of jokish element. But a lot of people seriously believe this, and I think they have issues.
So certainly, when it comes to Avi, I
What do
don't.
you
I
want to get to in
think.
this one?
I hope he takes a moment and reflects on that. Certainly,
Reflects
my
on what?
been
Reflects on what, mate?
how he
He's doing a
how he
job.
interacts with people.
Why?
And
Why? That shouldn't force people as journalists to care about what they do. Avi does that work in a certain way that he does. I mean, reflect on what? What some people are going to make up conspiracies because he's Jewish. That's nonsense.
It
You can't work like
surprised
that.
me how broad and how much demand there was for people. There's clearly demand for it. I'm not going to tell people that
Demand for what?
For the Arby's has a certain view and reputation, and people don't like that. While he is one of the biggest names in the country as well, there's a huge amount of people who simply hate watch him, and I think that reflects on why he does what he does.
Yeah, but I don't think Avi cares about that. Like even this topic, you're like, oh, why would he make a response to it? It's just so funny. I would have made a response to it. It's so funny. Why not? People want to see this stuff. Like these people are retarded enough to make this a news story. So why not give him a response? Like this is just
I
dumb
thought
stuff.
it would just be something.
There's
fun
there's
to
all
do,
the, there's a lot of stuff happening in this country, and apparently like this Jewish conspiracy of getting this black guy to make the NSN look bad is like apparently a big story. It's not. It's a retarded, stupid story. Like that's the truth.
And politics is about public and popular opinion, and we are adjacent to politics and what we report. And there is a belief there, and a rapidly growing sector, which call it Christ is King, call it parallel to it. We wouldn't be talking about and cancelling Candace Owens or on and on in these names.
This is not at this level. Like if you think this is at that level, like I can just start making up fake telegrams. Or at the next protest, you send someone else with a T-shirt and you make up a conspiracy.
What I'm saying is,
it's just silly.
It's getting traction. That is happening. I'm not. I can get into the veracity of it, but there's a huge demand for it, and there's a reason behind it. Like that. That's why I'm trying to say that surely there should be a moment going.
And the reason is hatred of Jews. Like let's not discount that. You might not want to say that, but I'm telling you, the hatred
we can
of
rewatch
Jews
this. What's the specific part you want?
I want to get to the point.
The hatred of me
because people here haven't seen it. You got 2,000 views, 2,600. There's more people on the live now, but I'll speed it up. And then when there's parts that seem to be stuck, I would love for you to try answer them.
What's the line? Just tell me what the part is that you're really looking for, rather than rewatching the whole thing.
Well, to most people here, they haven't seen it, so we're trying to give it a run so that they can see it. And then questions that I have, they haven't come yet. I haven't written notes down, so when they come up,
well, I've got the transcript, so we can go through it.
All right, so
which part? You tell me. I've got the exact transcript. I'm following along.
I don't know what off the top of my head. Listen, if you don't want to be here, don't be here. So
no, I just don't. Do we need to go through 10 minutes of it?
125. I've got it faster. Let's play it. If you don't want to watch it with us, that's fine. I'm
friends with a Jewish person. People calling me a Mossad agent and nonsense like this. You can see it in my comments. It's this hatred of Jewish people. That's what it is. I'm not going to pretend it's not that and make up all these other things about people wanting to know things. Only people care about this and who are obsessed about this is the Jew hatred. The Jew hatred. The Jew hatred. This is all a root cause of that.
This does exist.
The why doesn't matter. Why do you care about the why? The why doesn't matter in this instance. I'm giving you a direct answer that this is the hatred of Jews. You can ask the why of the people that hate the Jewish people and want to make up these conspiracies about just mundane stories like this because they hate Jews. You can ask them. I don't care about it. I don't waste my time on it because it's retarded.
Look, when someone comes to me about a story and asks why I run something, I listen to them. They said, this could have some backlash to you. And I'm like, okay, I'll listen to it. Thank you very much. That's good to know. Yeah. Maybe I go one way or another. I'm not someone who just says, it's just hatred.
That's fine. That's fine. You can do that, man. But like I'm just saying, the backlash for Avi as a journalist, whatever he does, I don't think he cares about the backlash. So I don't know why you would be like, he should think about this more. He doesn't care. Why would he care about this? Like this is right down the kind of alley of the type of confrontational reporting that he does. So for you to be like, he should think about the public image, and people that follow him and can discern from seeing his response, for instance, and the clear interactions on the day with the NSN people laughing with this black guy that they claim they had nothing to do with. it's quite obvious for a normal, not just a standard intelligent person to look at that and be like, well, something's not right here. Obviously, there's other links here, possibly, who knows? But to just put it on the feet of Avi as his Jewish conspiracy is just complete nonsense. I don't think he has an answer for that at all.
And I think that's part of the issue of why this has come to be. When someone feels that they don't have to answer at any point when there's and I'm not saying that the fringe extremes there, but I'm saying that the sheer volume of it, we base our existence based on tweets, popular opinion, politics, Babbitt, whatever you use as a sample size of this within our right wing of politics, wherever we are, sit on that wing. If I know that if I don't listen to people when they say, "Oh, Chris, these are things like that," if they go forward in a bullheaded approach, well, you get the other side, which is in this case
So
such an absurd situation, which
what
this
you're saying is that
has been latched onto
Avi shouldn't have reported that story because of what?
That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So when you say the bullhorn approach, where you're not listening to your audience or to an audience, because I have a very broad, big audience, maybe. Has Ruksham frozen on us?
No, I'm here.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong screen. When you say the broad audience, so which essentially is actually something that I completely disagree with. It's actually my problem with a lot of commentators today, where I feel like that they're basing their content on the audience. It's audience capture. So they're changing their worldview based on their audience as opposed to staying genuine and consistent to their position, to their values. Is that what you're actually saying? That I should change my reporting based on the fact that some of the audience may have changed their position or something, or disagree with me?
I think you got to listen to feedback. I do. When someone says that this isn't reporting anymore, that the approach to how you portray events that are happening isn't right, isn't accurate, isn't true, isn't honest, I think you listen to it and you got to assess that. And I hope, and this is a part of a larger issue more than just yourself, this is something that mainstream media resisted for a long time. Once you get to the top of that hill and you've built something, can you continue to represent what's happening out there? And I think the audience out there is saying, and myself included, I'm saying, you can change how you're doing things and
okay, so
better report on these things.
So do you think I've changed my style now that I'm at the top of the hill? So I got to the top of the hill doing what I'm doing. Do you think I've changed the way I've done it and now I should listen to the feedback and tweak it? Is that what you're saying?
I think at any point, if you stop listening to people that watch you, who fund you, who care about you, who the people that you're portraying it to, if you stop listening to them, that's a lack of humility. And I think sometimes
which people do you think I
with,
should listen to? The haters? Like, should I be listening to the haters or my actual supporters?
I think you can listen to me. I'm going to speak for myself, and I'm going to say
I'm
but
saying
here you're
speaking. But here you're not saying that.
Right here in front of you. Not speaking for anyone else. I'll speak for my words, and
I'm talking about the argument you were making. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about what you were making within the argument.
I'm telling you that the reporting I saw at the weekend of this most recent protest wasn't so much reporting, and I think it went poorly and shocked a lot of people.
So there's 15. It's an 18-minute video. Oh, so you're taking a little clip.
It's really short.
No, that's not.
It's your own clip. It's your own clip. This woman,
but that's from an 18-minute. That's an 18-minute clip.
This is not reporting, Avi. This is not reporting. And then the woman as well.
So let's bring up the actual clip because I like how you're suddenly.
I've got the clip here. You didn't have to get away from it.
That's a short. That's a short from the.
That's your own short that you put out.
That's pretty disingenuous.
You're an absolute liar.
And it's not.
Yeah. You're lying. We're not going to accept your lies here.
Just to freeze frame those clips out of context and
let's look how long the video is. I
think a picture, as a photographer, a picture can tell 1,000 words, and I don't think
it's funny that it's funny that the picture suits the narrative that you want to push. So the video here.
There's any narrative that can justify pushing this woman to the ground.
There absolutely is, but so an 18-minute, almost 19-minute video, a 19-minute video. Here is the video, 19 minutes. You're talking about the clip. Hold on. You're talking about 1 minute, 15 minutes into the clip. That's what you're complaining about. That's where you're saying my journalism on Sunday wasn't journalism. That's your problem. That clip in the last 2 minutes. You're disingenuous. You don't like me. I don't care that you don't like me. I've never really liked you. But but me taking your advice that somehow, because at the end of my report, a neo-Nazi, a Nazi who was calling me a Jew rat scum, a Zionist baby killer, when he lunged at me, my security stepped in and took him down gently to the ground. Let's watch it. Gently to the absolutely gently. Let's watch. Come. She's sticking her finger up at me. How you doing, guys?
So you cut away from your own footage to your own footage. Avi, surely you can take a moment.
No.
You can
Let's
take a
watch.
moment
Let's
and
watch
say,
the context.
This isn't recording.
You stuck your finger at me and you told me I killed kids.
Off, mate.
Why are you so
You're
angry?
A Zionist cunt. That's
What's a
why.
Zionist? What's a Zionist?
I'm being harassed here. Why don't you go fuck yourself, mate?
'Cause I don't want to. You're the one that.
You're
Go
fucking
away!
annoying me.
Fuck off! There you go.
Hey!
Down, please.
Down,
Okay.
And the
so-
police have to protect them from you.
Okay, no, they have to
You can
protect
just
anyone
say-
from anyone. So 15 minutes
Tempers got
in
hot.
after, hold on, 15 minutes in, so you say all
You
of
can just
this is
say,
not
"Tempers
journalism.
got hot.
Yes,
It's not out of
hot-
control.
You're saying 15 minutes of journalism is not reporting
that were me,
because someone
I would
lunged
say-
at me.
Things got out of control. And this is a small example of what
I
I'm
think
saying.
I
that
think Chris,
some-
I just want to make it clear, like I did last night. Things got out of control, but the security guard stepped in and put it back in control because an individual came
Gently.
to lunge towards a reporter, a journalist on the field, and the security is there for a reason. That's his certified role and his job to do. And you're talking about humility. You're talking about humility, and there's certain you're offended or something by this particular action because it speaks to reporting and the way the story is characterized. Whereas for me,
Yes.
it just looks like someone stepping in between a person that could potentially get violent and hurt a reporter on the field.
I don't think people buy that. And this is why I'm coming.
People do. You don't buy it.
Plenty of people buy it.
Speak for yourself.
the
Speak for
rejection-
yourself. Speak for yourself. You keep saying that. When I ask you, when I talk about other
Sure,
people,
well,
you go,
well,
I'm
we'll
talking
try
for
that.
myself. You
I
don't buy it.
I don't think
You don't
people
buy
buy it.
Okay. You
I
don't
don't buy it.
you don't buy it. So next time somebody
I don't
lunges
think
at
people do either.
next time somebody lunges at you, like they often
I've
do
heard
at me, and you're so confident just to cop it because you've copped it once, and I saw you cry like a little girl when it happened to you that time. So when they do it, I want you to
You hadn't
take.
heard of me.
I want you to. No, I've seen the one. What do you mean I don't know you?
I thought you said you hadn't heard of me, some New South Wales streamer.
You
Avi,
see, you're upset about
this-
that. Hold
this-
on.
this is- we're not-
Okay, so this is
part
what
of
you
a
said.
larger-
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what he's upset about because in the video, and I thought it was in that live, he's upset that I introduced him as a New South Wales streamer.
No.
The place in which
No.
I got that information. No, you said it in the stream. We're going to get to it. That's why I want to listen to the stream. Bring up the words. You got the transcript. You got upset. You told him that you were upset that I called you a New South Wales streamer. Your bio on your own X says Sydney's finest protest live streams. You are a streamer by
Chris,
definition.
really.
I wasn't trying to mock you, even though you should be mocked because you're a moron. You're a child.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And you're so and you're so petty. You've picked a minute from the end of my clip to try paint my entire report as that. And you want me to allow people to attack me on the streets. You want me to allow people to do that.
Avi, I'm coming to you from a place of
No, you're
things are
not.
changing.
No,
This approach
you're not coming.
isn't-
You're not
isn't
coming
working.
from. Don't low. Just
There are
you could-
voices on this topic.
on what topic? What
Liz
topic?
Dora,
I don't
John
care
Ruddick.
about Liz though. I don't care about John Ruddick. We're talking about my reporting. Why are you bringing them in? Why, if they're
I'm bringing-
all so
I'm bringing
good,
up the young man that you alleged to be a Nazi getting throttled at, by proxy, your event. If you're doing the policing,
not
it's your
my
event.
event. Not
man
my
should-
event. Not my
If you're
event. Stop
policing people and
lying.
telling
Stop
people that they're
lying. I
whatever
get you
group,
don't like. I get that
are you
you're
sure these
jealous.
people
I get
deserve
that you're
this?
jealous
Did
because
this
you've
man
been
deserve it?
trying for many years to cover protests. That's what you've been doing. You copied Rukshan back in COVID. You wanted the clout. You didn't get the success you tried to get, and now you've ever since then you've had this chip on your shoulder to try
Sure,
prove
but
something like you got
To
so
the issue, to
upset.
the issue,
So you got so upset that
to
we
the issue.
used one of your
Can we go back to the
newsworthy
issue?
clips. What?
Yeah, sure. Can we go back to the issue? Did this man deserve to be attacked like this? I think the answer is no, but what do you think?
Listen, I think that if somebody has an event, a protest, and you're coming to attend their event and they ask you to leave, see, this is your problem. What did you want them to do when they didn't want to leave? You didn't
Not
want them to.
throttle a young man
No.
around the
What
neck.
did you want them to do? What did you want them to
Not
do? Because you
throttle a
can.
young man around the neck.
I didn't ask you what you didn't want. What did you want them to do?
Anything but that.
Okay, no, because your complaint was people passing him on to police. You said that to me as well. You didn't want them to pass them to
Avi,
police. You didn't want
You're
them
not
to
a fan
push
of
him.
Victoria Police.
So,
Don't grab people by the neck and hand them over to
so
Victoria Police.
how
Simple,
do they?
right?
It wasn't even me, but these people asked him about. There was about 5 minutes of them asking them to leave. How should
the
they
point,
have got them to move?
Should this man have been throttled around the neck? I think
I think
everyone
he should
can
have
agree,
left when he was
no.
asked. I think they should have left the protest when they were asked. That's
But to the question, should he have been throttled around the neck?
right?
I
I didn't throttle anyone around the neck. I wouldn't do that. I never do. But he should have left. That group of Nazis should have left when they were told they were unwelcomed at that event. They could have gone 10 meters away to a spot in which they weren't disrupting the protest that they were trying to hijack. I get that you're sympathetic to them. I don't know why you're defending
No,
them.
I'm sympathetic to people getting throttled around the neck. I'm sympathetic to women.
You're,
getting thrown to the
okay, so
ground.
you're sympathetic to people getting thrown around the neck, but you have a problem with my security guard jumping in as a guy that's 3 times my size lunging at me.
I didn't see that. I don't think people saw that either.
It's in the clip.
I don't think people.
It's
saw that
even
either.
in your stupid 1 minute clip that you've taken out of context. Anyways, where was the?
It's your clip. It's literally your clip. I'm playing back your clip from your footage.
It's called
And I
it's called a reel
this is an
from
example.
a long clip. You're so disingenuous and dishonest. You're so dishonest that you can't recognize. Is it part of a longer report? Yes or no? Chris, is it part of a longer report? Yes or no?
Avi, this
New
is an
South
example
Wales'
of
largest
raising
live
this.
streamer,
This
most
is
successful live streamer.
not
Is it?
2019 anymore. This doesn't work.
Listen,
What are you talking about?
what are you going on about? Like
it doesn't make sense what you're talking about. It doesn't work. It doesn't make sense that even for you as a streamer or a reporter on the day, why are you getting caught up in how people, are protest attendees, like what they should? We can't. We're not in control
Because
of
if
what
I'm
people do.
throttling
in that
people
sense.
around the neck, something's gone wrong. If I'm
Listen,
grabbing someone by the neck,
What are you talking about?
throwing them to the
Something's gone
ground,
wrong. All sorts of violence happens at protests in Melbourne.
And Rukshan, if
Of
you
course.
grab people by the neck,
course.
I'm texting you, I'm messaging you, I'm calling you out saying you've done something wrong. You shouldn't be doing
Well,
that.
I don't throttle people around the neck. I just film with my camera. The same thing that Avi does with his camera people. Like, what are you talking about? That's a random person at that protest. It's no one related
nothing to
to
do
Avi
with
Yemini.
me. Nothing to do with me.
It's
But
it's
I witnessed them.
random people in the crowd. Random people in the crowd handling people that they believe are Nazis. Like, what's you can have a critique about their actions that they took at the event. That's fine, but I don't understand how it's related to reporting. Like, it is what it is.
Because you're
Was Avi meant to step in at that moment and be like, "Hey guys, hey, don't throttle, don't touch, don't do anything." What are you talking about?
I've been
Humility
responsible for
and
what
these
happened
actions.
on his watch.
Again, you
I am
just
too.
like what I said to you yesterday, mate. You
I
sound
love
like
how
some
you.
sort
I
of
love how you come at it.
left wing, soft cut progressive. That's what you sound like. Oh, don't touch people. Don't do this. Don't do that. What are you talking about, mate? When you're reporting and you're covering, you film what's happening.
When by the time you're violently attacking people, you're not.
When you say it's not
Who's
2019,
saying you? Who's saying when you're violently attacking people? Who are you saying? That's a random person.
I think we've randomly covered that topic. Unless we can go over it again, but I think people.
No, I'm
have
saying
seen
it's a
that.
random person in the crowd that's doing that. Like, what are you talking about? You when you ran like protest these kind of rallies in their nature sometimes turn violent.
If
like, who are you
if I
specifically talking
violently
about?
grab someone, let's. This isn't what I'm trying to say.
But
is
I didn't
in
grab. Why are you
control.
saying if I grab someone? If I didn't grab anyone?
There is a there is a grand demand for a sense of humility. Why we abandon mainstream
Talking
media is
about
that they
humility.
found themselves
What the
immune to
hell are
all
you talking
You
criticism.
know
about?
what's so funny?
What
You
the
say
hell
there's
are
a
you talking
grand
about
demand.
humility?
That you say there's a grand demand, and you're doing it the right way. The difference is we've got 10,000 people live now. Your entire stream last night in 24 hours got 2,700. Where is your grand demand? How are you doing it so much better? Just because you talk with a soft voice and you act like you're morally superior and you're better and you do it better than us, it doesn't
Nick
mean you're
Fuente was
right.
making $2 million a year. Is he the moral arbiter of truth? I don't
No,
think we
but
do
you're the
that.
one saying
We do that.
grand demand. You're the one saying grand demand. I'm not making that argument. That's your argument. So I'm saying if it's the
Okay,
grand
then
demand,
okay,
why
then.
are you so
He's the moral
unpopular?
arbiter of what
Why
truth
does no
should
one
be.
watch you?
What I'm making the point is that the lack of humility is part of the larger move.
You
politically.
definitely have so
You can
much
see the
humility. I can
numbers
hear it in your
move
voice.
on
You've cut a 1 minute clip from my 18 minutes because you've got so much humility. You're such a humble person.
I just don't understand, Chris, all this humility stuff. You know what humility would be? When I was doing live streams in Melbourne, so many people cut my clips, so many news stations took my clips. I did not ask for a cent. I did
And
not cry
Rebel.
about it. I did not give a shit.
And
I did
Rebel.
not fundraise. I didn't. Rebel took everyone took my clips. I did not care. I did not do about it, and I haven't sooked about it to anyone over time and time again. And I've never mentioned it in a way where it's like a passive aggressive way about oh my god. That's humility. What
Yep.
you're talking about,
Yep.
watching a protest and two other people getting involved in an argument and maybe someone putting hands on each other, and then you, for some reason, because you report it and make that a story, apparently that's not humility. That's nonsense, mate. All of reporting,
Are
especially
we okay to
covering protests.
be normal people, men, and discuss this, or
Hey,
are we
we
just
don't.
going to continue acting
Just because you talk in a soft voice,
Exactly.
just because you talk in a soft, feminine voice,
That's your
doesn't
tactic.
mean that this is how we talk as people. So this is how we talk.
Yeah,
We don't need
we
to
talk like
whisper into
normal
the
people.
microphone. I don't need to
calling them
whisper into the
kids, calling
microphone
them
like this.
liars, calling them is that it? Calling me a child? You can.
Do you want me to
reflect that
start
on the
naming all the
audience
things
like
you've called me? Like, just
No,
this is your
Avi,
stupid little game.
I just want to
I
say,
have the
you.
transcript, which I searched for this, and I don't have
No
it.
one
Can
cares
I
about
come
the
back to the
transcript,
larger
mate.
topic with the reaction that we have here,
Yeah.
Mate,
gentlemen?
you got to
The
show
reaction that we
some
have here
actual humility.
Yeah,
You got to show
sure.
some actual humility,
is
man.
a
Do you want a
lack of
mirror? Do
recognition.
you want me to
that
send
the
you a
audience
mirror?
is turning against you. A lack of recognition
No.
that these
They're not turning
messages
against
are
me because
not
of that. They're
resonating
turning against me
anymore.
because
To
your
recognize
crowd, your people
that
in your comments hate Jews. And the fact is, you don't care because because you can't afford to lose any followers. That's why you have to listen. Hold on. That's why you have to
it's not
listen
my
to your
life,
audience.
Avi.
That's why your
life
audience
might be
captured.
chasing clout, but it's not for me. Your comments are filled with far more anti-Semitic hate than mine.
That's because I got
means
about 10
anything.
times
But
the amount of more, 20, 30 times the viewers. But your every single comment on your live stream was Jew hatred, straight up Jew hatred. And then you denied it and played it down.
Yours is too, but
No, it isn't.
holding people
I've got the
accountable
comments
for other
playing on
people's
our screen.
words
The comments are
doesn't work
playing
anymore.
here. The comments are playing. Stop lying. Stop lying. Stop lying. There are, yes, a lot of people are anti-Semitic towards me. And the reason
Yes,
they
of
do
course
that
they
is it's not because of the reporting. It's because they hate Jews. And 5 minutes, what was that clip?
Yes. Many people hate Jews, and people hate you because you are Jewish. Does that what you wanted to hear?
No, I'm saying that the people that the people that you're using as evidence in your claim that somehow my reporting is bad because you found a minute clip is that they hate me because of the reporting.
No,
It's
I'm bringing
not the
up
reason.
polling on the issue that you're upset about. I'm bringing up notable people who are saying that the media is untrustworthy on these issues. I'm bringing up MPs who are changing
What
their
do they
tune
have
on
to do
some
with me?
part
What do
of these
these
topics
what
that you
does
feel so
what does
strongly about. I'm bringing
Radic?
up people who have
What
been
do
hurt
they have
at
anything to do with
protests,
me?
which you don't seem to have an issue with, and you yourself ending up in violent incidents with women being thrown to the ground. I don't know what part of that you can reject, calling it lying.
I reject the all right. I reject the way you presented the 1 minute clip out of 80 minutes, and you said that that's not reporting, that I didn't go there on Sunday to do reporting when it's an 18-minute clip. Anyways, it's fine. That you've made your point. We've made our point. Let's continue watching your thing with Rukshan. Here we go.
Avi, unless you can
is
be
like
someone
apparently a
to
big story. It's
recognize
not. It's
some
a
part of the
retarded
violence that
stupid
you were
story.
responsible for.
That's
What is that? What'd you
Unless
say?
you can at least move some part and recognize that you're responsible for some degree of this violence, it's very difficult to find and build a bridge between those two topics. Very difficult.
Listen, it's fine. We can agree to disagree that I had no part in the group pushing the Nazis out who refused to go. And I'm also not responsible when people lunge at me. And yes, also the woman then started punching. You can go back and watch the clip. Daniel. So that's fine. We can agree to disagree. I'm looking forward to the day that when you're attacked and you just cop it because you're a much more you've got much more humility than I do to get into
Politics is about public and popular opinion, and we are adjacent to politics and what we report. And there is a belief there, and a rapidly growing sector, which call it Christ is King, call it parallel to it. We wouldn't be talking about and cancelling Candace Owens or on and on in these names.
This is not at this level. Like, if you think this is at that level, like, I can just start making up fake telegrams, or at the next protest you send someone else with a t-shirt and you make up a conspiracy.
What I'm saying is
it's just silly.
It's getting traction. That is happening. I'm not. I can get into the veracity of it, but there's a huge demand for it, and there's a reason behind it. Like that. That's why I'm trying to say that surely there should be a moment going.
And the reason is the reason is hatred of Jews. Like, let's not discount that. But you might not want to say that, but I'm telling you.
When you say so when he says the hatred of Jews, and you say but why, and the why shouldn't matter, but why is there the hatred of Jews? That is somehow a justification for the hatred I get.
You'll have to ask someone who hates Jews.
No, so you were just genuinely asking why people just hate Jews now.
This is a massive conversation going back thousands of years about conflicts between different religious sects. I'm not prepared for a philosophical discussion, but I can say that it does exist in modern political discourse.
So why did you answer that to him? When he was bringing up the Jew hatred, why was your response? But why do people hate Jews?
No, but why do they? But why do they? Why is this in our modern political discourse? Because mainly in a post-October 7 world, because there's a conflict in Gaza. That is the single topic that all of this revolves around, a conflict in Gaza.
And Ukraine, so why would that matter? And so there's a conflict in Gaza. Why does that matter how does that matter to this conversation?
Avi, so much of your reporting revolves around Jewish hatred, revolves around claims of anti-Semitic comments, revolves around the war in Gaza. I mean, this is the center of so much of our political discussion. We're all political operators here. We can recognize it exists without having a 45-minute podcast about the details of how we got here over the past 6,000 years. Can we not, or do we have to every time we get into this explore 6,000
somehow that's all? So, because of this history and stuff you're talking about, Jewish journalists in Australia should act differently. Is that what you're saying? Is there some sort of standard that because he's Jewish that and all this history?
Now you're conflating because Avi is involved in and could do his reporting better. He's now a Jewish journalist, and now that's an issue because I'm criticizing a Jewish journalist. That
was not what he said. Don't put words in his mouth.
I didn't say that, mate. I said because of all this history.
Rephrase it for me. Go.
Because you're saying there's all this history attached to the Jewish history and that conflict in that region. Today in Australia, modern Australia, Avi, who is Jewish, and he talks about Jewish issues, and he's a Jewish Australian, he's a journalist in Australia. He has to consider that thousands of years of history when he does his reporting, and everything is looked through in that lens. So the only way that he can behave as a journalist, and the things that happen to him, the responsibility of that, the weight of that is based on that history. So therefore, it's somehow justified. Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't think so. You had so many different layers of rephrasing what I was saying. It no longer reflects
it's not that complicated. Yeah, so explain what you're saying in a simple way. Why did you say why about the Jew hatred when Rukshan is pointing out that the reason that there's this barrage of hate is because of Jew hatred, and your response sounds like there's some sort of justification for it, and that's why I should just put up with it. Is that there's a why?
No. The justification is I think you're obnoxious. Nothing else.
So that's not. So how come it's happening now, as opposed to was I not obnoxious before October 7th? I've been known my entire reporting
for a long time.
My entire reporting career, which got me up that hill that you're so jealous of, has been me being obnoxious.
Well, no,
So
I would not want to have your. Not at all. Please,
What?
Avi, I'm not jealous of your.
okay, I know,
your
I can tell.
recording career.
So forget about it. Don't worry about that. So what changed? And so why does? So when Rukshan says that the Jew hatred that I'm facing now online, in very much 100% of your comments and maybe 30% of mine, why?
You see, this is leftist again. Your comments, the people leaving your comments, holding me accountable for other people's comments. You calling me a leftist? That's leftist crap. Oh, the people are leaving comments. You need to control. I don't have an international media team who censors my comments for me, unlike yourself.
Wait. Chris, why
Go-
are you raising your voice?
He's
Have you
raising his voice. He's lost
Oh,
control.
now we got to
Did
calm
you-
down,
did
do we,
you-
boys? Oh,
did
now
you
it's
lose-
got it. Oh,
Yeah,
lose
yeah.
your-
I'm-
your
well-
voice
well-
yet? No.
Welcome to being a real person. Now, isn't it funny that suddenly now, you for some reason you don't need to be held accountable to the comments, to all the comments in your live, but somehow I should take note by the 30% of comments in mine. No, because you said to me that I should show humility and listen to the audience. Why don't you show humility and listen to your audience? And your audience are entirely full of Jew
Is that
hatred.
going to make you feel good? No. What are you trying to stitch up? That I need to do what my comments say? That I reflect my comments?
That's what you said to me.
Other people's
That
words
is
in terms of
what
I'm
you
saying.
said to me. That is what you said to me. That is what you
No,
said.
I'm looking at the comment. I'm trying to find what you say and what you're paraphrasing, what I'm supposed to say. The words are here. I can't see what you're paraphrasing 3 levels deep of what I'm saying. I don't see what you're talking about.
Okay, let's listen
So
to it. We'll keep
if you'd
going.
like to,
Jews.
specify
Well,
the
that's
exact
fine.
timestamp.
No,
we don't need to see your
It's
stupid
hatred of me
scrap.
because I'm friends with a Jewish person.
Everyone can hear it.
People calling me a Mossad agent and nonsense like this. You can see it in my comments. It's this hatred of Jewish people. That's what it is. I'm not going to pretend what it's not that and make up all these other things about people wanting to know things. Only people care about this and who are obsessed about this is the
I'm
Jew
not
hatred.
claiming this
Jew
dislike doesn't
hatred.
exist.
The
What I'm
Jew
trying to
hatred.
walk through-
This
what I'm trying
is
to walk
all
through
a root
why
cause of that.
This does exist.
The
How
why
is-
the why doesn't matter. Why do you care
Matters
about the
to
why?
him.
Why doesn't matter in this instance? I'm giving you a direct answer that this is the hatred of Jews. You can ask the why of the people that hate the Jewish people and want to make up these conspiracies about just mundane stories like this because they hate Jews. You can ask them. I don't care about it. I don't waste my time on it because it's retarded.
Look, when someone comes to me about a story and asks why I run something, I listen to them. They said,
Yeah.
this could have some backlash to you. And I'm like, okay, I'll listen to it. Thank you very much. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Maybe I go one way or another. I'm not someone who just says, oh, it's just anti-hatred.
That's fine. That's fine. You can do that, man. But I'm just saying the backlash for Avi as a journalist, whatever he does, I don't think he cares about the backlash. So I don't know why you would be like, oh, he should think about this more. He doesn't care. Why would he care about this? Like, this is right down the kind of alley of the type of confrontational reporting that he does. So, for you to be like, oh, he should
I
think
think
about
that
the public image.
is wrong.
And, people that follow him and can discern from seeing his response, for instance, and, the clear interactions on the day with the NSN people laughing with this black guy that they claim they have nothing to do with. It's quite obvious for a normal, not just a standard intelligent person to look at that and be like, well, something's not right here. Obviously, there's other links here, possibly, who knows? But to just put it on the feed of Avi as his Jewish conspiracy is just complete nonsense. I don't think he has an answer for that at all.
And I think that's part of the issue of why this has come to be. When someone feels that they don't have to answer at any point when there's and I'm not saying that the fringe extremes there, but I'm saying that the sheer volume of it. We base our existence based on tweets, popular opinion, politics, Babbitt, whatever you use as a sample size of this within our right wing of politics, wherever we are, sit on that wing. If I know that if I don't listen to people when they say, "Oh, Chris, these are things like that," if they go forward in a bullheaded approach, well, you get the other side, which.
So there you go. When the amount of people are telling you something, and why are you ignoring? Why are you not listening to your audience? They're all full of Jew hatred in that entire live.
Yeah,
why are you being bullhornish?
But
But that's exactly what you just said. So
No,
why
it's not
are
the Jew
you not
hatred I'm
listening
referring
to your
to.
audience? You just said everyone heard it. We don't need to read your
I'm reading the transcript. The transcript is literally right here. I am not referring to Jewish hatred or why you're not listening.
No. You're not. I know you're not talking about. I know you're not talking about Jew hatred in that comment because that doesn't. Obviously, you're not talking about Jew hatred in that comment because that wouldn't suit your argument. Now you want to change it. You want to shift the goalpost. But you said that I should be listening to all these people in my comment who don't like my reporting. Well, why are you not? Why are you not listening to all the people in your comments who don't like the fact that you're not blatantly anti-Semite?
and I'm not saying the fringe extremes there. I don't know, bro. I'm so glad that I can bring up these transcripts to say that's not how it is.
You're just
What I'm
all
saying
right, cool.
is your reporting on the weekend was flawed. I think you got it wrong. I think it's been a
Was
track
the rest of
record
the reporting good?
sticking
Was
with
the
obnoxious
was
and
the rest of
lack
the rest of the reporting good on the day? The other
I'm
17
talking
minutes.
about when violence happens.
The
That's
other
an important
17
point.
minutes.
When you
The other
hand people
17
over
minutes.
to Victoria
The
Police,
other 17 minutes, was it good with all the people at the rally that I spoke? Oh, you didn't watch it.
I mean,
Oh, you didn't
the other
watch it.
23 hours of Kenosha was mostly peaceful.
Okay.
What are you talking about? When an incident happens that goes wrong, that is the
There was
point
nothing wrong with the
you're
incident.
attention
I
to.
did not get violent. Some people in the crowd pushed some Nazis out, and I don't think they should have grabbed him by the neck, but people did. I reported on the actual day, showed the entire context of it. A man at the end lunged at me after his wife picked a fight, and then they gently were put down to the ground. But
His
whatever.
wife picked the fight. This is the pattern of behavior which more and more have highlighted inside different organizations, and an increasing number of public opinions are turning against this kind of top-down. There is no criticism.
Hold on, no,
that can
explain
ever
that.
be made.
Explain it to me. Explain to me how that woman and that man, who, by the way, are both members of the National Socialists, who
You're sure about that? You're 100% sure about
it's
that?
on the
With
60
no
minutes.
logos, you're going to call these people
It's on
and
the
use
60.
violence
Yes,
against them.
it's on the
Unilaterally going to use violence against these people. Maybe it's not right. Maybe it's not true. And maybe they are.
He
Whatever
called
the
me
point
a
is, you are
Jewish
going to apply
rat.
the use
He
of force and
called me a
violence.
Jewish rat. She called me a Zionist child killer, stuck her finger up at me. So you're telling me, and then they lunged. They lunged at me first. So which part of that am I getting wrong? Which part of that?
All of it. The use of violence on an individual unilaterally like that.
You're a special kind of person.
I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong. And I don't think people buy it. And I don't think people will
like
buy that.
literally everyone's buying it. Like literally everyone buys it, except for everyone on your except the Jew haters on your live stream. So that guy is there's a 60-minute piece on that specific guy as the National Socialist, talking about the final solution in Australia to kill all Jews. But yeah, I didn't know that at the time.
You knew that at the time.
No.
You knew that at the time.
But I knew he called me a Jewish rat.
I
I knew that he called me a Jewish effing rat. I knew that.
And that justified violence.
No, it was him lunging.
Justified violence.
It was him lunging at me. It was him lunging at me.
Whether right or left, when these protests happen, whoever the journalist is, if a protester or someone at that event gets violent in front of a journalist or goes to touch them or puts their hands on them, the security guard that is there is justified in controlling that situation in the manner that he chooses. Now, you're not happy with the manner that he chooses because you've gone all soft and you're like, oh, it's too violent. It's too violent. It's too violent for me. But we see this type of interactions all the time. You're stating your whole thing around, oh, it's too violent because of the way the security guard acted in that instance. The police haven't found anything wrong with that interaction.
Left and right can agree on the use of violence should be reserved for specific.
It was done in front of police. If it was too violent, he would lose his security license. Whatever.
That long ago, you guys were against.
Chris, you know very well that is not the standard. When security guards act, you know very well that is not the standard for security guards when they act. Let's
keep
watching.
It's a joke what he's saying. Like the viewers all watched it. Yes, and yes, of course, Chris, I'm not arguing that on your live stream, all the people that would be happy to see me killed, yes, they would say that any form of self-defense would be bad. So I understand that your live stream was against my security guard jumping in, but he lunged. He lunged at me. The security's job was to push him back as soon as he lunged. But that's okay. People can watch that themselves.
The woman too?
She punched him. The woman...
She touched the security guard.
She punched him. What are you talking about, you absolute clown? Let's watch it again so people can see that. Let's bring the clip up that you're so upset about, in which... Here, look, all the minutes that we have to get through. So let's go to the part, before that. Let's go, let's watch it. Let's watch.
Sign it.
Okay.
I'm being harassed here. Why don't you go fuck yourself, mate?
'Cause I don't want to. You're the
So
one that
he's lunging at me.
Walk
He's
away.
lunging at
She
me.
walked away from
Boom.
you.
He's down gently, and she's punched him.
And police
There
have
you-
to protect them from you.
Mate, you're
I'm
you're
happy
a
to carry
joke.
on with
You're
the
an
rest of the clip,
absolute
but I
Police
clown.
actually,
Yeah,
Chris,
yeah.
Chris, police are controlling the situation.
Yeah,
They're not
like-
taking a side at that moment.
Yeah,
If they were protecting him from Avi, they would have laid charges against Daniel, or there would be further incidents. You know that's not a realistic take. The police are controlling the situation and moving those people out of that way. They touched that lady touched the security guard afterwards, punched him in the back while he was controlling that other individual who was aggressive, and he took action against her. Now you can have an opinion on whether that was right or wrong, but to put that at the feet of Avi and that's to say that somehow is like the moment of the report and it's this massive statement about the report, I think it's just completely ridiculous, mate. This story has gone from this black Nazi conspiracy that was started that
to
you know
this-
which I think you did a brilliant job, actually. I think you did a great job of actually getting that guy on. And, not many people would do that. And you actually communicated with him, you got him on and you did that talk. But now it's gone to, something else entirely different during our discussion.
It's
And
so weird.
I
This
think
is
the way
such
that
a
you're
weird-
explaining it now, even it doesn't make any sense anymore. Like you're just all over the place now.
What, with Cole Davis? Look, I
No, Cole Davis is
stand
fine.
by
Cole
not
Davis-
throwing first punches.
I
But
respect
let-
your reporting on Cole Davis. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about this particular instance around this kind of humility and violence, and what security cards could do, and what the police. It just sounds really weird, bro. That's all I'm saying.
It's weird. Anyways, let's move on because, whatever. We agree to disagree.
Harvey shouldn't have reported that story because of what?
That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah. What are you saying then?
What I'm saying is that such an absurd, extreme situation of this individual, everything about Cole Davis that's happened has been.
Yeah, but what's that got to do with the person reporting? Like, if I was there, I would have filmed this guy. Like you said before during your show, if a black dude walks into a protest with a Nazi t-shirt on and starts making signs, what would you do as a person on the field?
You film it, of course.
I would
But very
film
quickly
it.
became not
And
about
I would
Cole
film it. I would film it and put it up as a clip on X because not because of whatever. It's an interest. Like it's like interesting thing that's happened at an otherwise mundane type of event where nothing much else happened. Of course, you put that online.
Yeah, of course.
So I don't necessarily see the problem with that. Like, what's the problem with that? Like, whatever reason it happened for, someone would clip that and put that online.
Look, absolutely. That's the gig. We both know that. But with Avi, the story started to become about Avi, right?
Yeah, but that's not from Avi though. That's from other people bringing up
New
conspiracy
South
theories.
Wales-based live streamer.
There we go. Hold on. Here's the little passive-aggressive whinge. I think he said it once before, but whatever. Let me rewind just to hear that.
Right?
Yeah, but that's not from Avi though. That's from other people bringing up
New
conspiracy
South
theories.
Wales-based live streamer.
Yeah, so why do you care about that? Why do you get so offended about that? Who cares?
Well, it's a
People call
reflection
me all
of
sorts of
Avi's
names.
character that I think we are. That's
Okay, so can you explain that to the audience? How it's a reflection of my character that I called you a Sydney-based live streamer in my report, trying to describe you to people who don't know you because not many people know you. When your own profile literally
what was it you
describes
said
you
earlier?
as
I've
Sydney's
been doing
finest
this for years, and you've never heard
protest
of me.
live stream.
Then you watermark my content, and I could only wish for it. Avi, where do you want to take this? Where do you want to take this?
No, just that one
You
question.
copy from other
Just that
people's
one
work,
question.
but
Why are you
should be
pivoting? Why are you
better than
deflecting?
working
Why are you
with.
deflecting? Why are you deflecting? You had a sook about me calling
It's
you.
not a trick. It's not. It's
What,
not
stop
a trick.
deflecting. Just answer. What?
It's called
why
money.
are you
I'm
triggered?
not sure if you've heard of it.
Why
but
are you
you
triggered?
profit from other people's work.
But
It's
that's
that
not.
simple.
That
You
wasn't.
don't
But
credit
that
them,
wasn't
you
your
don't try and
complaint.
work with
No,
them,
no,
you don't
no.
try and
You're
fight with them, you
You're
profit from
saying
their work.
you're deflecting to something else, and you don't want to show me the video, which is fine.
You profit from other people's work.
Okay. Okay. Great. I'm glad. By the way, how many times have you ran my videos on your? Don't worry. Don't worry. No one sees your stream, so you probably didn't profit anything. Let me ask you. Let me ask. Let me ask you something.
You can't use mine.
What you just said.
How does this work?
What you just said. Have some humility. Learn from Rukshan. Everybody uses his live stream. Listen. You said.
I will when you're not profiting from other people's work. Avi, where do you want to go with this?
I want to ask you why you're so butthurt that I called you Sydney's New South Wales live streamer when your own bio.
Why is that so hard to understand? Don't.
Okay, you're not going to answer. Okay, so you denied. The audience. He denied before that he said that as a complaint, and now when I bring up the complaint to him to his face, He's
Don't
deflecting
profit from other people's work.
another issue that he also, by the way, doesn't
Don't
want to sever.
rebrand other people's content and run it.
Okay.
I mean, it's just pretty
All right, mate.
straightforward. If you can't agree with that one, I'll let the audience
I
judge.
agree. I agree with you. It's funny that it's so telling that you won't. Suddenly, when the exact issue that you brought up to Rukshan in a passive aggressive way with your monotone and your calm voice until you lost it before, but good, you've brought it back. When you brought it up to Rukshan and he called you out on it, and then I show that I got your title. I got your title from your own freaking bio, you absolute clown. I got it from your bio, and you had a sook to Rukshan. Good. Keep crying.
Mate, you gotta get a bit tougher, Chris.
Yes,
If
Chris,
that's
you
what's
gotta get
getting
tougher.
I could say the same about Avi. He's got to get tougher than that.
Send me a check.
About what? What do I have to get tougher about? Tell me what I got to get tougher about.
Send me a check, and I'll toughen up.
Okay, yeah, that's right. That's what
I
I
hate it.
thought.
Whatever.
What? He's copying all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, maybe this is the path of the course for his position that this is how people react to that, and this is
mate. It's because he's a Jew. Like, don't kid yourself, mate. It's because he's Jewish, and that's what this is all about. And it's not about his reporting standards and the way he does things. All this craziness from the people that are digging into.
The funny thing is, you've hated me for a long time, and I don't like whatever. That's good. That's a personal, like, we've got a personality clash. I've only met you once. I met you the one time. In fact, you were streaming the first time I met you. So I'm sorry, New South Wales streamer. And I didn't particularly get on with you straight away. We've never really had a relationship. So the personality clash is fine. But it's funny to me that now suddenly, when you've got all these other people who are driven by Jew hatred that happen to also be in your little circle of followers, suddenly you're justifying their Jew hatred. You're minimizing their Jew hatred because you're just happy that you're not alone in your little petty hate for me.
Sit on that, Sydney streamer. Is because they want to prove some sort of Jewish conspiracy. That's all up there in the comments. You know, there's no other reason to sugarcoat this with something about, people want to see Avi's, journalistic integrity or something. It's not about that. It's because they think he's a Jew. He's involved in a Jewish conspiracy, that he paid someone with a friend called Cohen. And, we're all involved in some sort of Mossad plan to make the NSM look bad, who do a great job already of making themselves look like retards in Melbourne, that no sane right-wing movement these days would want to be associated with them, because wherever they go, everyone else gets labeled a Nazi as well. And that's on them.
I hope he does, but if Avi doesn't reflect on that, I don't call all criticism of me anti-white hatred.
There you go. Good play, mate. Okay. How many people attack you for being white? Can you show me any comments? Give me one comment. How many people attack you? How many people on my streams are attacking you now? A lot of people are attacking you, but they're literally attacking your arguments, and they're calling you names like clown. But how many people are attacking you for your skin color, for your ethnicity? None. Okay, your entire stream was attacking me for being a Jew. Your entire stream. So why do you minimize it when the time comes, when you have a chance to go, that's just horrible or whatever? Like, why don't you have some humility?
People hate you because you're Jewish. Yes.
Your whole stream does.
What about that?
Because you're basically you're arguing that people hate me for me and not because I'm Jewish. You're saying when people hate you,
plenty of people do. I don't know what the percentage are, but of course, there's heaps of it. But
we're not talking about that minority that are talking about my word. We're talking about your entire stream comments, your entire people talking about me being Jewish, or
holding people responsible for other people's comments.
I'm holding you responsible for your argument here. You're saying you're saying to Rukshan that the people hate me for my. Let's listen to it again. Because you're such a gaslighter.
Think about, people want to see Avi's, journalistic integrity or something. It's not about that. It's because they think he's a Jew. He's involved in a Jewish conspiracy, that he paid someone with a friend called Cohen. And, we're all involved in some sort of Mossad plan to make the NSM look bad, who do a great job already of making themselves look like retards in Melbourne. that no sane right-wing movement these days would want to be associated with them, because wherever they go, everyone else gets labeled a Nazi as well, and that's on them.
I hope he does, but if Avi doesn't reflect on that, I don't call all criticism of me anti-white hatred.
I don't call all criticism of me anti-white hatred. So your response to Rukshan saying that all these people are targeting me, calling me a Jew for the reporting, concocting a Jewish conspiracy, is you don't call all criticism of you Jew hatred. The implication there is that I'm calling genuine criticism, shut up for a second, genuine criticism of me as Jew hatred. As that I'm somehow playing this like the victim of anti-Semitism, when all they're doing is concocting anti-Semitic conspiracies and literally, like in your stream, just calling me a dirty Jew or a Jewish rat, like the guy you're defending out of that couple that lunged at me. So why did you do that? What was the reason? What was going on in your head?
Hold them accountable for that. Hold them accountable for that speech.
No, I'm asking you why you made that comment to it. I'm asking you why you used that as an. I'm asking you to speak for yourself. I don't know which part of that's unclear. Speak for yourself. Why did you use that as an argument when Rukshan laid out the facts of what was going on?
My words mean exactly what I said. I don't call any criticism. But maybe I should. Maybe I should. I know the sentiment that you're trying.
And you made a joke of it. Maybe I should. Maybe I should act like it's anti-white discrimination, because the Jew hatred Avi's getting is just all in his head, and also in all my comments.
No, of course it's not in your head. Of course it exists. Lots of people hate you because you're Jewish.
Water. You have made me thirsty.
There's spades of it. I think you just crashed out.
Thanks for coming on the stream, Chris.
I think he just crashed out.
No, he's there.
Oh, you've made me thirsty. All right, we got it. It's all in my head. Let's keep going.
You are talking.
By the way, guys, we'll get to all your super chats at the end. We'll let Chris.
Out there, and I agree with you. It absolutely does exist, and it's great. There's a reason why Nick Fuentes brings in $2 million a year just through his group chat.
I mean, I'm not doubting. I'm not saying that that's not happening, but I'm just saying, giving you a direct answer as to why people want to make a link with some Jewish conspiracy, because that's kind of what their worldview has become, and they want to prove that there's a Jewish conspiracy when something so mundane like this could be just because some dude is a retard. And I don't want to, I don't know much about this guy besides these appearances he's made, and I think an appearance he made a few months ago. But his behavior is very unhinged, and it's not normal. And obviously, there could be people directing him and doing things, and misusing his low-level IQ and intelligence. That's all possible. And those are things that we could possibly discuss. And if people want to make up conspiracies about Avi and make connections and things like this, that's all fine as well. I think the problem is people just take someone like this and their screenshots as evidence. And a lot of these people try to push this as evidence, and they're like, "Oh, prove it wrong." No, the onus of proof is on this retard that's saying this, and everyone else that wants to make it true. Prove it. Make it real. So far, we have evidence. Only real evidence we have is the footage on the day of these interactions and hanging out with those NSN people pointing towards Avi before they came up to him. Now, even from that, I don't make the connection that maybe those NSN guys didn't know him. Maybe they're just laughing at him because he went up to them and said something stupid. So even from that, as a discerning person, I wouldn't jump to that conclusion. The only reason I would jump to some conclusion about a link between them is because of their ideological bent and the fact that I've seen them together. But I don't even know if that was related on the day.
I just hope it's also a reflection that the electorate can't be wrong. The audience is on a broad enough set. Can't be wrong, and they were that willing.
Chris, do you recognize that may have been the dumbest moment? Like, the audience can't be wrong?
I'm sorry. What was the quote you're
it's
saying?
Always wrong. You should know that from COVID. The audience is always wrong. Most of the world believe COVID was true. Exactly. I mean, that's a retarded thing to say, bro. Like, that's
again, Avi? What was it? What were you quoting me as?
What, are you not watching it with us?
Are you not reading the transcript? Are you not accurately
popular
quoting a
reflection of a
source?
group of people does not reflect reality. Evidence does.
But the job is then to try and
you need to check your source there, Avi, or I got a transcript.
What is that?
I got the transcript here for you if you're misquoting a source.
Bro,
It's
let's watch the
important
video, man. Like,
Yeah.
no one, people that are watching at home cannot read
Avi's memory,
the transcript.
in fact, just then, yet again, was
Actually,
proven incorrect.
If
He
we
said-
have,
I said the audience can't
if
be
we
wrong. I
have-
didn't say that. I said the electorate cannot be wrong. And that's an
Okay,
important
But
distinction.
the electorate
that
can
after
be
all
wrong
that,
as well.
they're
That's also
misquoting
dumb
you.
as dog shit. The electorate voted
look
Dan
at-
Andrews. Like, what are you talking about, mate?
It's your
electorate
job
can't
to
be wrong.
convince them at the end of an election. If you can't recognize that in an election, you've got to get the job right to convince the electorate. You have to suffer the consequences of that election. That's
No,
what
no,
people mean
that's not
when
what
they
happened.
say
That's
an
not
electorate can't be
that's
wrong.
not what
They
happened.
can be
If
incorrect.
you
They
look
can
at
regret their
Mate,
decisions.
that's not
and
what
regret
happened.
making up
Because if
for
you
their
look at
lives.
Trump didn't concede to Biden when he won the 2024 election again. He went with the same anti-immigration, all that same points, deporting people in the 2024 election. He didn't concede to the election result of the last election. That's not
But who was
that's
the
not how it
president the
works.
next 4 years after that? You got to quote your source correctly when you say that, and that's why I keep a transcript here, because if you're going to quote someone,
You're an amazing journalist. You've got a transcript and you let people attack you on the street. Good, amazing. Like you and the humility that you have is spectacular. I'm not even going to argue.
Mate, no one's talking down to anyone. Avi's just doing his job and reporting. If people want to come up with conspiracies, it's up to them to prove it. In the where there's a lack of evidence, Avi doesn't need to prove to them anything like that. He just gave a response because he thought it was funny.
He did an excellent job of proving otherwise. What I'm trying to suggest that his approach. I mean, look,
I have no idea what you're talking about. His approach, I have no idea. I don't think it matters. I think he should just keep doing what he's doing in the way he's reporting stuff. Obviously,
Black
we can
power.
critique people. We can critique, for instance, Nick Fuentes and his approach. But you're saying he's got 2 million views, whatever. Maybe we don't know, but I don't think that really matters in this particular instance of what we're discussing is around the conspiracy and the fact that a lot of this is because of Jew hatred, and it's evident in the comments. Just read the comments right now. It's evidence that these people are unhinged, and a lot of them are just losers, and that's just the truth.
Yeah, taking that 1% fringe out of the way, Liz Storer.
Mate, that 1% fringe is the people watching this right now mostly, and the comments and the people spreading this conspiracy.
But Liz Storer, the former boss of Advance, Liz Storer, the Sky News host. Like this
now I just want to make it clear. You're going to a different topic now.
That's what he
We're
does.
talking about Jew hate, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about anti-Semitism. We're talking about the former boss of
but
Advance.
I don't think that has.
So you pivot over to Liz Storer to make the argument that criticism of Israel is not anti-Semitism, which I agree with. But are you arguing, because you conceded to me earlier today, that because all Rukshan's saying there is that the vast majority of people, especially on your stream and online, that explosion of hatred of Avi that we're seeing, is actually driven by anti-Semitism and nothing else. Are you denying that, or do you concede that still?
Rephrase a slightly smaller question. You had a lot that you were trying to say. Are you saying this? And
are you
again,
saying the explosion of the hatred, the vitriol that you're seeing, whether it's in my comments, all of your comments, that it is driven? Are you saying that it's not, the majority of it is not driven by anti-Semitism, or it is?
People hate you because you're Jewish. A lot of people do. A lot of people hate you because you're Jewish. Yes.
And that's all.
I'm not one of them. I hate you because you're obnoxious.
Yeah. Okay. Great. But that's not what he. That's you. So why were you arguing with him on that point? That's all Rukshan was saying. That the majority of the people that since October 7, the explosion of, I've always gotten hate, but the explosion of hate since October 7 has been driven by Jew hatred, not because of my obnoxious work.
There is a waterfall effect from the conflict in Gaza onto Jewish people globally. Of course there is. Of course there is. And public opinion has absolutely collapsed for a war, Israel's war, and people who support Israel's war, which you do, which you're reporting, gushed for. And that will lead to a outpouring of anti-Semitic hatred for you and hatred for you because you gushed over the war.
Is it justified? Is it justified?
The audience makes that judgment up.
Do you think it's justified? I'm not asking the audience. I'm asking, do you think it's justified?
Hatred for you? I hate you because you're obnoxious. Do I hate you because you're a Jew?
The Jew hatred that comes my way is the Jew. You're admitting that it's not hatred for me. You're saying it's hatred driven by the war. Do you think I deserve the Jew hatred that comes my way because of the war and because of my reporting of the war?
I think you deserve hatred. I think you deserve hatred. I don't think you should deserve hatred because of your background. But what are you hunting for here? Let's drive down into a deeper issue that you want.
No,
I think a direct answer would be good.
Yeah, like you don't want to answer it because it's everyone here can see you hate me, and that's cool. The feeling is probably mutual.
I didn't come into this call hating you, but it's certainly driving into it midway through.
You did, but whatever. It was
No.
probably we had an
No,
hour.
no,
we had
no,
we had a
no,
conversation earlier. So
No,
you
coming
were
into this call, I didn't
okay.
come into it.
Yeah, I know because I
No.
spoke to you beforehand, and you it was a lot more civil. But
No, I
let
wasn't
me
going to come on originally,
yeah,
right?
I know.
And I said
And then
to
we had a
Brooke, I
conversation.
said, Brooke,
Anyways, get back to the
if
question
it's
because
Brooke,
you
I'll
want to
come
move
on,
it.
but if
You
it's
want to
Avi, I'll
pivot.
give
You
it
want to
a
pivot. Don't pivot. Don't pivot. Don't pivot. Let's
You
let's
just pivoted to it. You brought up that we spoke before, and you were like, "Oh,
let's-
come on,
let's go. Let's get to the crux of it here, right? Your argument is so you concede. Now just answer direct. Don't pivot. You concede that the explosion of hatred directed at me is driven by anti-Semitism.
Oh, you're looking for a percentage? That all of it? No, lots of people hate you because of your reporting. No, I don't know a percentage chance. You need to go through the comments.
Okay, so let's look. Should we just look at your comments?
I think a lot of people hate you because you're Jewish. I think a lot of people hate you because they hate your reporting.
So let me ask you this. No.
A lot of people hate me because of my reporting style.
Trust me.
I don't have a percentage chance for you.
Okay, no, but that's not. I'm not asking for a percentage. You're saying my reporting, my obnoxious reporting. So has there been an explosion of hate towards me?
Reading your comments, it's
okay. Yes, we can agree on that. Yes, we can agree on that. Okay, has my reporting style changed in the last 5 years?
Yes, post October 7th, your reporting style became fiercely pro-war in Gaza.
But that's not my style. That is not my style. That is my political position. So you're saying that because of my political position, because I stand up for the right of my people, Jews, for my family, for my mum living in Israel, for my sisters, my nephews, my nieces, my cousins, all my family surviving. You're saying because of my political position in Israel, that's the explosion in hatred against me. And the hatred, when you read it, is vile anti-Semitism. They're not talking just about the war. They're calling me Jewish rats, Jewish dogs. In many chats that you sit by, you're friends with these people. You're telling me that's justified because it's my reporting, yeah?
What? Is it justified because of your reporting? Oh, mate, you're drawing strings a bow so long.
So it's not.
No. You're trying to pin every comment that happens on you with that I'm justifying every comment on you.
No. I'm not. You're saying you're happy. You're happy for people to hate me. You're happy for people. You're happy for people to hate on me. You're saying that. So the funny thing is,
you're coming up with stuff.
The funny thing is, it's not even
to hate on you.
You literally said it. You literally just said, Ruxan, did he just say that he's happy for people to hate on me?
Something to the effect.
Where's your transcript? Bring your transcript.
The effect. Okay. So it's not an exact.
All right. So okay. I literally asked you if you're happy. If you said I'm happy for people to hate me.
I want you to do reporting when you're reporting. I want you to take an ounce of humility from time to time. I certainly didn't.
God, you need to look in a mirror, bro. Oh my God, you are so insane. You're such a gaslighter.
What humility should Jews in Australia have because of what's happening overseas?
Because of their political position.
No.
Every time I say something, you're making this about the Jews.
You think that's the whole conversation is about the Jews.
I'm saying you.
You just said
not a representative of all Jews in Australia.
You just said because of Avi's reporting post October 7th, which Avi articulated as his stated political position because he is Jewish.
You're going to have to get the quote right. You got the quote wrong. Ruksha,
right.
If you're going to quote me, you just said you have to get the quote right, and you didn't get that quote
You're
right.
such a liar. This is the way. This is your little trick to get out of it.
I brought receipts.
We're having a conversation.
I brought receipts. Where are yours? You've misquoted me how many times this call?
No, right now. Everybody was here.
We're having a fluid conversation like adults, right? And you're talking about
an adult who cannot quote someone else with precision.
Mate,
you're being childish.
You're like, there's 11,000 people watching you just walk back from the comment you literally just made. We all have ears. You said you're happy. You're happy for people to hate me, and then you conceded. And then you conceded that the hate. And then you conceded the hate exploded.
And if you think that,
what's better? What is better in my reporting if I go against Israel? That's what it comes down to. It's got nothing to do with my security guard. It's about my stance on Israel. You just said that. You just said that.
You're gushing support You're gushing support.
Yes,
of.
I
When you
absolutely.
report on
Okay,
on
I am
something-
unapologetic. I am unapologetic
I just
about
wanna-
my
I just wanna
support for
say, as a-
Israel,
Tell them they're
Australia,
wrong.
the West.
Yeah.
Tell them
What-
they're
what- what
wrong.
do you-
Tell
what-
the Australian people
You're
they're
pointing.
wrong.
What's your
You're
point?
pointing at a poll. I don't know what that means. I don't know how that poll is relevant
wrong.
Look at
to
that
the
smug
situation in
face.
Israel.
It's so
I don't
ridiculous.
understand how that poll. I don't understand how that poll is relevant to the situation in Israel. If a Jewish Australian has a position on Israel, it shouldn't be dictated by that poll. Are you saying that Jewish Australians should look at
This
the poll
guy-
here? Yeah.
Publishes gushing support for a war in Israel.
Wait,
This
wait,
poll
one
says
second.
that
One second.
Australian people do not
One
support
second.
that war.
One
This
second.
poll says people are calling out what they believe to be a genocide happening in Gaza.
Yeah. Okay. I don't
and
understand.
you're,
the
and
point
you're
of what
so
you're saying.
happy because now you've got people to join the hate Avi bandwagon that you're on. The thing is, it's so ridiculous. So let me ask you: in COVID, when you were reporting on
What was yeah, actually, Avi, I just want to jump in. What was the public support at that time for COVID? Overwhelmingly, it was in the side of the state. Polls were
and you were reporting
overwhelmingly.
on it. So if people attacked you and not even attacked your reporting, attacked your ethnicity, attacked your things you can't control, your support. In fact, no, you're blaming it on my support for Israel.
No.
If people attack, yeah.
I mean, look, I just want to jump in, Chris. I just realized just how ridiculous what you're saying is. During COVID, popular support was for the state position. Many of us who went against that grain and reported on what our fundamental beliefs were based on our principles was not the popular opinion for a long time during COVID. Yet
Yep.
we reported on it because that is the job of the reporter. It is
Yes.
not to be swayed by public opinion based on something that polls are taking in Australia. Like, I don't know what that means. So, as a Jew
And
who
and
has
my
you're saying
comment- and
gushing
my
support of
coverage
Israel,
and
most
the
most
coverage
Jewish
of me
Australians,
reporting on COVID protests was
Jews-
broadly negative throughout, as it was for you as well.
most
And
Jews are
comments,
Zionists,
and I had hate
and their
groups
country
which
was
followed
attacked.
me and followed what I did.
Let him talk,
That's-
Chris. Let him
that's
finish
the
his.
journey.
Let him finish his
Mate,
point.
Most
You're
Jews,
so-
most
talk about
most
obnoxious.
Jews, almost all Jews, especially those that live in Israel, are fundamentally Zionists because they believe in the state of Israel, and they are fighting an existential threat to their existence, which is what they believe. And of course, they support protecting and defending their homeland and their sovereignty. If you ask those NSN people that somehow you have some sort of
I
affinity
know.
sometimes about what they would do in the case of Australia, they will say they will 100% support Australia and deport people like me because I'm, Indian or whatever. They talk about that openly. Even last one of those spaces you were listening to, they were talking about, because I'm an
That
Indian.
you were
and all
invited
these
as
things.
an esteemed
And,
guest.
What I don't want to bring all that into it, but these are the positions and views that people have. Okay, so based on Avi's position as a Jew and an Israeli, you're telling him that he should now shape his reporting as a reporter and a journalist in Australia, because the public here in Australia who are swayed by whatever's happening here, the protests that are happening here, the demographics of Australia who might be, Muslim perhaps, maybe more so growing, and they're pushing that agenda as well, perhaps. That's changing the position of people in Australia. That should then sway the reporting of Avi to be more sympathetic towards that other position. And for some reason, for him not doing that, he's not showing humility. That doesn't make sense. I mean, there's going to be journalists on. Look, when Candace Owens or
He's
one of
literally
when-
responding what he said.
when Candace Owens or these people who are talking against Israel have a certain view, I don't think it's because of a lack of humility. I think that's their deranged opinion. It's got nothing to do with humility. So I don't expect them to have a different view.
This entire
doesn't really
bow
make
you
sense
just
what you're
drew
saying.
is an excellent example of being unable to separate Abi's identity from his reporting. And I attack Abi's reporting.
Avi is a Jew.
And you're unable to separate that from his background.
But you're
I mean, what can you do there?
you're the one
You're
that's
the one-
excusing the attacks on my identity
I never
because
did
of
any
my
such thing.
reporting.
Never
You
did any
literally
such thing.
have. You explain.
true.
Listen. Do you know what? Let's just continue because everybody can hear what you're saying. The timeline is that my report, so first you tried to blame it on my obnoxious reporting, which when you had to point to something, what you pointed to was my security guard defending me in the calmest, most professional way. Then when you had to give actual an example of what you say was my change of reporting style, which I thought was the violent street stuff, because I knew you couldn't bring that up because there's a long history of people attacking me and Daniel doing his job perfectly. So then the example you gave is my reporting on the issue of Israel. And that is the reason. So that is exactly the reason that those people are attacking my ethnicity.
You're trying to parrot my own words back to me when every time that you have during this entire call, we've gone to the transcript and found that isn't what I've been saying. So for you to take three different quotes out of context there and try and suggest that that's not so.
All right, mate. Okay, yes. Nobody on this stream has ears and eyes, and I changed what you said. You just the problem with you is that when I repeat what you say back to you,
there is nothing about a single frame of a woman being thrown to the ground of your team.
It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter if it's a woman or a man. If someone touches a security guard, they should be handled. I don't know what these excuses. I don't know.
But how does that have anything? How does that have anything to do with my reporting on Israel?
Like, trying to play on these emotions, or it's a woman and this and that, mate. It doesn't matter. If
it was a genocide, that was actually a genocide. What you saw there, actually, and that was what we saw on that clip was a genocide. So I understand why it's tied to Israel. You absolute clown.
Anything to do with what
Sky
Avi
News
is doing.
that the alliance between Israel and Sky News is evil.
I don't think that has anything to do with how Avi's approach to the job is. I don't understand what you're saying. So you haven't made that clear, is what I'm saying. Is the problem is the process as a Jew or as a journalist?
Are you familiar with what she said yesterday? On 2SM,
I'm asking about Avi Yemini because that's what we started with. I know what Liz Torres said. I'm not talking about that. I'm asking
what does she have to do
with Avi to change about his approach, him being a Jew or his journalism.
You're talking about that this is caused by Jew hate, right?
Yes.
I totally understand and respect that. I'm just going to bring up this if I can, which is this is not a NSN member. This is not a groper. This is a qualified for years, well-paid lobbyist, the former boss of Advance Australia.
What I'm saying is this has nothing to do with what we've just been discussing in terms of Avi Yemini and his journalism on the day of this. And
we're talking about Jewish hate, right?
Yes.
Or not?
Yes.
So this is part of this topic, which he's been slammed as a Hamas supporter, a terrorist, and what have you. We're talking about another journalist kicked off a network for calling out what's happening in that conflict over there, which isn't part of Australia. But I'm trying to bring up that this criticism, which he's throwing at Sky News, is this Jewish, just pure Jewish hate as well. And this is what I'm trying to raise, that at some point, a reflection of not just, oh, it's hate, whatever, move on, you'll hate us and there's nothing we can do.
Yep.
That it's a wind of change, something happening here that can't just be brushed away.
Yeah, but I just want to make in this instance, Avi is a Jew. And the hatred towards him is because he's a Jew. It's not necessarily because of the issue.
I don't hate him because he's Jewish. I hate him because he's just
because he won't mention your name. He won't give you the credit when he talks about you and things like this. Yes, I get it.
There's an ongoing feud in that way, but
there's literally no ongoing feud. You had a sook. Just fact
check.
That'll be framed.
Get that on the transcript, yeah? You're a freaking sook, an absolute sook, because one time in one story and one of your videos, and it was from memory, it was a live feed. It was from a live feed, and there was a newsworthy part, and Rebel took it like Channel 7, and this guy had an absolute meltdown. Yeah, I just want to see the clip because I'm remembering that it was from a live feed, and you had the biggest sook with zero humility. How many live?
Anyways, I was just saying, you don't be so soft, man.
I'll give you. My criticism of him as an individual just gets framed as anti-Semitism, and that blends into this large.
Avi doesn't. I don't know where that comes from.
Guys, this has.
Why did you just claim that my criticism? See, when have I ever called? You don't like people misquoting you. When did I ever call you an anti-Semite? Because that's what you said.
This has been almost an hour and a half now, guys. This has been fun. But...
Yeah, I know. When did I ever call you an anti-Semite? Because that's the claim you just made, that I'm saying that your criticism of me is anti-Semitism. When have I ever said that?
Oh, I've claimed Avi Yemini called me an anti-Semite.
No, you're saying you're. Do we need to hear the argument again? So you get the transcript. Have you got the transcript? We need the transcript urgently.
5803. Yep.
50. No, it was right before that. Let's go here. So you go here, right?
55. A reflection of not just, oh, it's hate, whatever, move on, you'll hate us and there's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
That it's a wind of change, something happening here that can't just be brushed away of.
Yeah, but I just want...
Do you know there was a wind of change in the 1930s in Germany? Anyways.
In this instance, Avi is a Jew.
The criticism of Sky News
is because he's a Jew. It's not necessarily because of the issue.
Wait, hold on. This criticism, Sky News Jewish, just pure hate.
No, we're not talking about that. Wait a second.
criticism
Wait a second with the
Jewish.
transcript. I'll give you
Hate
the
him because
second.
he's just
Because he won't mention your name. He
55
won't give you the credit
point.
when he talks about you and things like this. Yes, I get it.
there's an ongoing feud in that way. But
Yeah, no, I know.
That'll be framed as.
I'm just saying you
55-50.
don't got to be so soft, man. You don't got to be soft.
Yeah.
55.
What my criticism of him as an individual just gets framed as anti-Semitic.
My criticism of him as an individual gets framed as anti-Semitism. Now,
Yes.
back up that claim. When has anyone called you an anti-Semite for criticizing me? It's a straw man argument, and you're basically running cover for people that are actually anti-Semitic. Your entire comment section against me by saying
My
that people.
comment section. Oh, come on. My
no,
comment section.
Your entire comment section. People can go look. But when did anyone call you an anti-Semite for your credit?
You're trying to frame people. Oh, your comments are anti-Semitic. Therefore, you're anti-Semitic.
When did I call?
Oh,
When did anyone
come on,
call you an
man.
anti-Semite? No, stop deflecting.
This is like the ninth time you've brought up your comment section is filled with this. I
When
don't have
did-
an international media team to filter it. You
Okay.
do. You filter your comments of all the anti.
Okay.
What do you want? What do
Okay.
you want? Is Elon Musk responsible?
Hold on,
for
we'll hear it again.
anti-
Forget it. He doesn't want to
Come
answer.
on,
He
man.
does this thing that he doesn't answer it because he can't. It's
In this instance, Avi is
your
the
comment section. Oh,
No,
I
no,
don't
forget
answer
your comment. Forget your comment
I
section.
hate
Forget
what
forget
he
your
does
comment
because
section. I don't care about your comment
he's
section. I don't care. I don't care about your Jew hating comment section. Wait a second. Now
Then
listen.
why do you keep bringing up people?
You know what?
saying
You're right.
anything in
You're
my
right.
comments
I
as if
can.
it's some
You
kind
know
of
what?
thing that I need to go
You're
away and whatever.
You know what? You're
Bro.
right. You're right. And do not listen to your comment section because otherwise you're going to turn
No.
into an. So listen. But now.
I don't hate him because he's Jewish. I hate him because he's just.
because he won't mention your name. He won't give you the credit when he talks about you and things like this. Yes, I get it.
There's an ongoing feud in that way. But,
Yeah, no, I know.
That'll be framed as.
I'm just saying you
half.
don't got to be
Wait.
so soft.
I was
man.
expecting
You
to come
don't
in for
gotta
about
be
a half.
soft,
What my criticism of him as an individual just gets framed as anti-Semitic.
Wait, just that one thing. My criticism of him gets framed as anti-Semitic. When has that happened? One time. One time. One time. We don't want you to go on a lying note. You've lied a lot tonight. One time.
I've lied a lot tonight.
One time. One.
All right.
One time somebody's.
What is delightful?
One time somebody's called you an anti-Semite for criticizing.
No. Now
One
I'll
time.
be the one to be framed as the guy crashing out after only an hour and a half of this discussion. How could he do this to me? No, Avi, I brought up a lot of things tonight. We've talked a lot tonight.
Yeah, no. You're a coward. You're a liar. You got zero humility, and you are nothing you preach. And you know what? You ran after this after spending an hour talking to Rukshan, minimizing anti-Semitism. You joined. We have the clip. You joined a group invited by the person that ended up. What was the comment, Rukshan? What did they say? Stop feeding the Jew.
These words.
Yeah.
All of this is words. Words.
Yes.
Words.
All words.
You say, words I say.
Exactly.
Not violence.
My reporting of
This is
Israel is just
violence.
words. All my reporting of Israel is just words. You're
You try justifying this. I don't think it's landing, mate. It's not landing.
Hey, go look at the comment section this time. Let's see who's what's
comment-
landing.
your
What's landing? You're a joke. You claim you can't criticize me. This is your little game. You claim you can't criticize me because
Do I
somebody
need
will
to
call you an
hang up and
anti-Semite.
crash out
No, but
if
you
you
can
want
crash
to
out as much whenever you want.
Avi doesn't. I don't
care.
Where that
Crash
comes
out
from.
whenever you want, mate.
I don't.
After
I don't think he
only an
cares
hour
about
and a half,
criticizing you.
I'm only an
never
hour
heard
and
him
a
say
half.
anything
I'm leaving.
bad
Enjoy
about
the
you or anything
content.
like this, so I don't know.
But I'm raising an example where
Should we even bother? It's such a clip.
Look, Chris has been a good sport to actually come on and do this because
He was a good sport.
me
But
and look, a lot of people might know the context. This debate that wasn't really planned with Chris yesterday was around this Black Nazi video that went little bit viral in that particular 1% community that came up with all these conspiracies. And me and Chris had a discussion about it last night on his stream. And then today we invited him to come today and just to watch this stream with us and give you an opportunity, Avi, for some of the things that he was saying, because I couldn't really answer for you, and you put some of those questions to him. I still think I think he really struggles to answer questions in a direct manner. Unfortunately,
it's so frustrating.
He
And
tries
I got
to, slow down the conversation and goes off on tangents. He always brings up his transcript, Chris. I know you got your little transcript.
that's his way.
People
That's
are
his
watching.
technique to throw you off.
You watch plenty of interviews, Chris. You see plenty of interviews. Let's say mainstream media interviews or independent media interviews or podcasts or Piers Morgan. Do you see people during an interview debate bringing up a transcript and quoting back exactly the exact quote? No, people are having a discussion about it and people are listening to it. So I think the transcript thing is really weird, but it's a technique he uses to confuse and to slow down the conversation. He talks like he whispers and talks slowly. Like that's it. Look, that's his style. He talks slowly and he does all this, and people think that's him being calm and all this kind of stuff. But he's just not answering questions. He just won't give direct answers on many of these things. And I believe Chris in the sense that I don't think he holds those views, but he excuses it when he refuses to just give a direct answer. It's easy to give a direct answer. For me, I give a direct answer. I think this hatred that we're seeing towards Avi, for instance, as a reporter, when I read the comments as a discerning person, and I see all the comments just being about Jew this, Jew that, and Jew, I put two and two together, and it's literally because he's Jewish that they're coming up with these hateful conspiracies around the reporting. Now, Chris sees that, and he wants to find other reasons for that, when sometimes the most obvious answer is just right in front of you. But he wants to bring up polls. He wants to talk about, today there was a poll released, and it shows that Australians are not happy with the situation in Israel and Gaza. Well, fine. Australians are not happy with all types of situations. That should not frame the way that a reporter reports a story or does his job. Avi is very openly pro-Israel, as are most people. People who support Palestine are pro-Palestine, as they have a right to be in Australia. I don't think that necessarily frames how they should go about reporting things. It's like me saying, oh, well, people aren't happy with the pro-Palestinian movement. Change the way that you report and tell your story to be more in line with the Australian public. I don't think anyone expects that from reporters on that side. Because for us, when we're watching Avi, I literally, anyone who's watching you and does not know that you're pro-Israel would be, I would say, on the spectrum of being, if they're a normal person, would be on the spectrum of not really being all there, because it's very obvious that you are.
Listen,
it's
I
just
think
insane that
we need a transcript to be able to. I think from now on, what we're going to do is we do sentence by sentence. And
well, I'm going to message Chris and ask him what the transcript software that he uses is, because it's very good. It's actually transcribing as we're talking, and then he can just go back to those.
He's such a nerd.
It's very advanced, Chris.
He's such a nerd, and you remember that one time he got attacked? The one time, I've been attacked millions of times.
Well, that's the thing. Like as a reporter, sometimes I'm terrified, because a lot of the time I do this without security, and I wish that I had security, because it would sometimes make me a bit more braver. When you're in a protest, Avi, like during the COVID times, you're surrounded by people that support you, and in those situations, sometimes you're a bit safer. But when people breach into that space, and I've had that with Antifa types before, where they've come into my space and got in between me. Thank God that day that I had a security person protecting me, because I don't know what would have happened. Even if they came towards me softly, just in my face, at any given moment, those unhinged leftists who are violent, right? Who are, just violent in general, they could attack at any moment. Yeah. And I think the job of security in that moment is to get in between that individual. And if they lay hands on you or on the security, they have every right to protect that journalist or protect that group of journalists, whatever it is, and take action against those individuals. Like, that is why they're licensed, that is why they're certified, and that is why they're hired. Journalists themselves, it's a tricky situation if we try to defend ourselves and put hands on other people, because we're not, then there's other questions that are raised around that. So all of these things Chris should know of, obviously, as, being New South Wales #1 live stream. And I think Chris is an independent journalist. I think he's a citizen journalist. I think he does a good job of going to these protests and covering these things. I don't know why he gets so butthurt about the names and the symbols and the watermarks and things like this. Like, on X, everyone is taking other people's footage and putting it up and getting paid by X. It's
no, I just wanted him to show me so I could remember the context.
No, and look, and if possible, people should definitely credit and watermark. So
Rebel has a rule to do it, right? So if it got overlooked, it got overlooked, right? But from memory,
but I'm not saying it's not. It's what I'm saying. It's not the end of the world. It does not matter.
You absolutely should. You absolutely should credit, right? Like it's like you know, I've been doing this for years. It's annoying when somebody does it and crops out your thing. I get it, right? But a live stream, firstly, a live stream is always very different, and sometimes that happens really fast. Like if you're working on the the news jacks to get it out as quickly as possible, someone may have ripped a little bit because he wants you just to share his entire live stream. That's what he was angry about from memory at the time. He wanted everyone to share the whole live stream, but that's not the way it works. It's like if there's a little thing in it that's newsworthy, they cut it and they share it, and they should credit it, right? And he just went crazy like I've never seen anyone. And the funny thing is, I remember that night, and that's why I brought it up to him. I'm like, Channel 7 actually did the exact same thing, and they're actually monetizing it, right? Massive corporation. And he didn't say anything. He was actually happy that they ran his footage. Like, and that's the thing. Like, a lot of this is about his personal thing with me, and that's fine. I don't need this nerd to like me, right? But what's frustrating is he's so dishonest about his reasonings about everything. Like the fact that he's talking about Daniel taking down that, like it was so gentle. And if now that's your problem, and you're saying, because he's arguing like that I've changed my style of journalism and pointing to Daniel taking him down. It's like, dude, we're making a highlight reel right now of all the time Daniel has taken down people that have tried to attack me. And that's probably the most gentle one. And many of them are from within the COVID period or even before. So it's not true that my style there has changed. So I haven't become... And so then he admits that it's about my Israel reporting, which, hold on. So because I've got an unpopular in his eyes, you know, he clearly holds a different political view on this. Suddenly he thinks I'm fair game to attack my ethnicity, my religion. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's such a ridiculous... Like, it's so insane. But then he says, "Oh no, you know, it's not good to attack. You shouldn't." He doesn't really say it. Like, he doesn't really say anything. He just moves around, and it's so frustrating. Like, he got to me. I shouldn't have let him because it was so it was so obvious what he was doing. And Rhonda's messaging me, going, "You look angry. Stop looking angry." And I'm like, because like I want to throw something at this thing because it's just like he's dishonest. He does this little technique where he talks softly to the thing. It was so funny when he lost it. But you're an idiot. Why did you tell him? It was fun. We had him.
No, but that was a split second where the true Chris came out.
Yeah.
And you know, Chris, you do a very good job of talking like this and saying, "Well, you know, Avi, I'll just pull up the transcript. Let's have a look." Okay, yeah.
Oh, and that transcript thing made me freaking angry. It's like, dude, we just heard you say it, Chris. We just heard you say it. Like, there's 12,000 people listening right now, and you just said it. So why do we have to go back? We just heard what you said, but he needs also time to formulate his pivot. And part of the pivot is a goddamn transcript. Like, I want to see him going on to a debate show and going, "Oh no, bring the transcript. You got to quote me word for word because it's like, you know what? Why didn't you just correct what you said? You just said it. Why didn't? Because mate, let's do the super chats. It was fun anyways. I had fun.
I hope this is something different, guys. If you've been watching our opposition podcast, again, Chris, thanks for coming on. I think. You know, despite what how this all might have panned out in your mind, I don't know. It's hard to plan these things, but I appreciate you coming on and doing this with us. So, you know, I think that's good. Even sometimes when we don't agree and have these kind of discussions, and perhaps people are frustrated by the whole thing, I think people can maybe still take away something from this. So, thanks, mate.
We've got a heap of super chats. Let's read them.
This is from Varun. Ask this guy if he hates me for being Jewish. It's too late, but he probably wouldn't have given you an answer, Varun, but he would have brought up the transcript.
No. He would have brought up the transcript and then gone to Sky News. It's like, the relevance of that shit was like, it had nothing to do with me or the conversation. What are you trying to say? He's so frustrating. Ooh. Anyways.
King of Corn, thanks, mate, for the super chat. Avi, thank you for your work, mate. Those guys never say that what they mean. Gaslighting and dishonesty is all they know. Keep up the great work. I think that's what it is. Like, just say what you mean. Like, I'm very open about my views on the situation. I'm very direct.
You know what?
I'm very
That's
clear.
why.
And I don't expect people to agree with me. I know a lot of people that supported me in the past disagree with me, but I'm very clear that in Australia, Jewish Australians do not need to be suffering the consequences of what is happening overseas. I do not believe that, because there are many people in this country from all parts of the world who have strange ethnic conflicts, foreign conflicts, and that should not supersede the way that they should be receiving their treatment in Australia. Now, Avi has as a Jewish Australian journalist in this country, the standards that we apply to him are the Australian standards in this country, not these kind of ideas about all this other nonsense. I understand that it plays into people's opinions and views, but his reporting style should not be dictated by that, and it should not be forced by what is happening in a foreign country. I believe that's wrong. And that is where you end up in a society where you do have situations where you have the UK, for instance, where for decades and decades, mainstream media journalists covered up things like Pakistani rape gangs, for instance, because the popular opinion of the time and the government was that, these things aren't happening because we got to keep this certain thing going, right? This diversity thing going. And now look what's happened today. So I think it's always important for people to just be who they are, be clear and be direct and frank. And I'm direct and frank, and I support Jewish Australians. I support Muslim Australians living freely in this country without this foreign nonsense. And that's I'm happy to have that direct view. I have no problem with that.
And you know what? And that's what I was about to say to you. Like, when it comes to him, I think what I find more frustrating about people like him, as opposed to even the Nazis, is that he's so tricky. Like, you can't hold him down to the opinion. He always pivots to something else. And it's like, just say what you think. And he could have said it all in the beginning. He could have said, you're reporting about Israel after COVID about Israel it justifies the Jew hatred you're getting, because that's what really he said when you break it all down. But he just won't own it because he is a bit of a coward, and he just tried to gaslight us the whole time into it. And I lost my. I think we might have to do a clip with all his little things, and then him going back.
Michael Cecilia says, when they lie continuously, people begin to believe it. Tactic of the leftists, insults are intelligence.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you for the super chat.
Varun, they went to attack Avi. Would you side with a Nazi?
And you know what's funny? And he questions whether they're Nazis, and literally everyone that got kicked out, they're not even defending themselves by saying they're not Nazis. Like, none of those people in the thing were denying being Nazis, but he's coming out and saying, it was so obvious to everyone that they were Nazis. Everyone, half of them are known people, and also by what they were saying. Like, even that couple, the stuff that they were saying. So why are you defending them? And then he's like, oh, well, that doesn't justify violence. But nobody justified violence for the words. That's literally what I like doing, is having words with people that say crazy stuff, especially. Like, the last thing I want is violence. But when somebody comes at me, I'm going to go, my security's going to do something.
Yeah, there's a lot of these NSN Nazis, self-confessed. This is the thing, they're self-confessed Nazis. They're very proud of it. But a lot of people try to sugarcoat it and pretend like they're not. And I don't even understand. I think those guys probably would be insulted. Because that's how they portray themselves, and they love it. And it's just weird how people who say that they don't support them specifically or directly, for some weird reason, are always like, oh, no, they're not that. That's not that. We don't know that for sure. I mean, a lot of them are self-confessed. Now, I did see that individual. For instance, I haven't seen the lady on 60 Minutes, but that particular male that came up to you guys.
The man. I think it's her husband.
The man. Yeah.
The man's definitely a member. I don't know if they take women, but he's a member. And as bad as the stuff that he said to me on the day, the stuff that they have on the hidden recorded camera is Nazi, talking about, getting rid of Jews. So, let's go.
Byron again, the hate whisperer is like Goebbels.
What do we got here?
Abby says the lady wanted to cause trouble. She was aggressive and was safety taken to the ground. Don't insult women that have actually been abused by suggesting that this was some form of assault. Yeah, I mean, he kept bringing up, oh, it's like a woman, like, you know, like I've seen like crazy left-wing psychopathic women at some of these rallies I've gone to that are just completely unhinged and violent.
It
Women are
was a
capable of
genocide.
violence.
I stand by the genocide that happened in the park. Daniel committed a genocide that day.
It's just silly. It's just I just like that's why I keep calling like a progressive left wing arguments. He's like, oh, but think of the humility, think of the people. You shouldn't, you know, really? Nah, come on, mate. You've been to enough protests, Chris, where you've seen violence occurring, which is out of everyone's control, and there comes a time when people have to defend themselves. And definitely for a journalist, in that instance, having security is the correct standard because that covers off a lot of legal issues that can arise from this. Byron says, some money for Chris Huggies. He is clearly a bedwetter. I feel sorry for his mum having to clean his bed sheets. Thanks, Super Chat.
Chris, you should take all the feedback.
Chris.
We should do a poll. We should take and then maybe he'll change his ways because the comments directs. It's so weird as well. Like he's telling me I should be directed by the comments, which I guess now unpacking what he's saying, I should, based on the comments, I should turn on Israel, forget my existence, sacrifice my existence because the comments want me to die. It's like,
yeah.
and then no, but applying his own logic, read the comments, mate. There's, at least the super chats are not liking you much. Let's keep going. These are great. I'm enjoying these. These are making me feel better. These super chats. We
why, as we've allowed Islamists into our country? Now, look again, Catherine. Thanks for that super chat. A lot of Australians have massive issues with Muslims and Islamists, and they had issues at the that action in front of the church was popular and all this kind of stuff. Should that mean that Muslim Australians in this country who are journalists should change their reporting? Their style and all this kind of nonsense. No, like we don't have that standard here. So thanks for that comment, Catherine. It's just.
I'm just watching a group of our wives arguing about how I did. My wife's like, mate, he's got to chill out. She gave credit at least to. Am I allowed to read their comments? It's pretty funny.
People would love to see that stream. Then I'm not even looking at that. That's just funny.
Can I read them? Are they? Can I? Should I ask them if I can read their commentary? Should I ask?
They can send you a message. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see that. Guys, thanks. It's been a long stream today, guys. Thanks for those of you who are still hanging on here. We'll probably wrap up soon after the super chats.
All right, let's do the super chats and hopefully we get permission to read because I don't want to sleep on the couch tonight.
Dixon Sider, thanks for the super chat. Not for nothing, but Avi stepped up and picked up a rifle. When the F does this?
Chris pick up a rifle. Yeah, so it's funny, and more to that, like Chris does go out to the street and whatever, but he did get attacked once. I've seen, right, and like I feel for him when I saw that happen, and he was like destroyed from it, right? You're telling me with a straight face that on that day he didn't wish that he had a security there to protect him, mate. In that moment when he was on the floor and they were jumping at him, of course he would. But most of the time nowadays he sits in the comfort of his own home and he's taking.
Look, he put himself into a situation where he probably assumed that he wouldn't be attacked, but he was. But you just never know.
That's what that one was. It was at that Christian thing, and the guys I think didn't know that he was supportive of them or whatever. Anyways, yeah, so he wasn't expecting it. But I bet you if he lived a day in my shoes where you get attacked, like the online vitriol that he just excuses, like when I go to work, I get that in real life and people in real life, more than that one time, try attack me all the time. That's why I have Daniel. And he sits there like he's always safe and nobody just like that's what annoyed me when he brought up that white thing, right? Because I hate anti-white racism. I always call it out.
Yep.
But
I call it out.
But at the moment, no one's targeting white people in the way that they're targeting Jews. They're targeting white people in other ways, which I always call out, right? But in the way that they're targeting Jews, they don't. Chris doesn't, number one, he doesn't even call it out. like he actually excuses it and justifies it, saying it's all because of the war. So, you know, you got to put up with it. He doesn't have excuses for the anti-white racism, but then he tries like to compare, like there's like when have you experienced that? It's just such an, but like we keep saying, it was just him playing. Hold on. Are we getting permission? Oh wait. They said they'll send us the transcripts.
The last thing you want, guys, anyone watching the stream, the last thing you want is your wife or girlfriend or your partner to have the software that Chris has to record the transcripts. Because can you imagine during a free-flowing argument with your partner or your girlfriend or your significant other that they bring up the transcript like Chris does? It could be quite a thing.
I might have to be a bit like, I might have to. I don't have a. I need a beeper because there's a few swear words in this. This Chris mofo has a pole so far up his ass it makes him whisper speak.
Chris.
What a proper F-wit. He's such a something. I went to uni with F'ers like this and vomiting emojis. Oh, F off. I want to pull my hair out. We don't see enough We don't need to see your stupid transcript. Effing loser. He's the definition of a loser. Fake nerd. Chris the transcript boy. Chris the transcript gaslighter. For F's sake. This guy, I'm not outing who's saying what. I'm just reading the transcript without outing anyone. This guy is such a piss weak moron. I can't. It's giving me a headache. I just want to. No violence. Is it okay if it's violent? I just want to. Yeah. His smug face. Thank God he's effed off. Oh, this is already at the end. I'm skipping that one. That's not kosher. Chris is pacing around whispering to himself. That was a comment. Oh, she copied a comment. I totally see him doing exactly that. These girls are actually kind of funny. They should be running the stream. I'm actually impressed. This was my wife. She wrote, she's laughing. She goes, I'm actually impressed he lasted that long. When Avi speaks to me like that, I only last 30 seconds. At least she didn't write he only lasts 30 seconds. I thought, okay, this is your wife. Nah, I thought Avi kept it together well. You were so funny. LOL. Your wife is always way kinder to me than my wife. Then I wrote, can I read the commentary? And your wife said, I don't know, let Rhonda decide. And Rhonda said, we will send the transcripts. Rukshani said, laugh out loud, sleep on the couch. And then your wife said, actually, we need advice from Chris about that. Well, I'm actually unhinged. Oh, that was actually funny. I found their commentary great. Okay, let's go back to the super chats. We've got a lot of super chats. Let's smash them out.
Super chats, thanks for the super chat. Just remember, fam, even if we prefer a certain type of journalist, whether Avi, Rook, or Chris, we are all still brothers and sisters.
Wait, one second. Chris is a live streamer. He's New South Wales. Do I have to show you again? According to his own bio, he's a live streamer, okay? There we go. We just fact checked you on that one.
Yeah, but look, I think, at the end of the day, we all, of course, all need to try to get along, and even if we have these type of discussions and arguments, and if we can at least see the lighter side of it as well, I think it's good, Avi. So it's a true comment. It's true.
Fun.
It's fair.
It's true. It is true. Look, I don't like his personality. It annoys me. He does. I've only met him the one time, and literally when I rocked up, he was live streaming.
Well, you two are opposites. That's the thing, right? So I'm in the middle somewhere. So obviously he whispers like this, and that's how he talks. And you're very boisterous. You yell and you get right into it. So those two things are bound to clash. Whereas I can kind of thread the needle a little bit between both.
It's funny. The first time, this is what happened. He was so. I was doing, I think, a video with Aussie Cossack. It was the first time I was meeting Aussie Cossack to do it. I didn't know who I didn't know who he was. Sorry, Chris. I didn't know who he was. And I rock up there and I actually, it wasn't something I announced. Like, it wasn't public information. And I rock up there and I've come up there with Rhonda, with my wife. And I'm meeting Simeon or whatever. And suddenly, there's a guy there live streaming the interaction, and I'm like, shit, because I was with my wife, and I obviously I'm really protective of that. Like, I don't want, I work really hard because obviously I get a lot of vitriol, I get a lot of hate, I get a lot of attacks. Keep it on me, and to his credit, I went straight up to him. I was I asked who he was, and they're like, and I went up to him. Luckily, he had no following. So, no one had seen it. And I go to him, and to his credit, I go to him, hey, man, can you just delete that? I didn't know. And then he says to me tonight, when I spoke to him earlier, he's like, I go to him, that was my only interaction that I've had with you, because he keeps saying that this is back and forth. There was that, and then there was that story with his stupid live stream where maybe Rebel... maybe we're in the wrong. I'm sorry for that if we were, but right? But it was a newsworthy story. It wasn't just it wasn't stolen. It was out of a live stream. You know how it works. Anyway.
Yeah, I know how it works.
And then he says to me today, he goes, "Oh, you were in a public place. You should have expected to be live streamed." It's like, dude, you think I'm he has such warped views on some things. I went to meet Aussie Cossack with my wife. I had no idea that anyone else knew. He rocks up there and he's immediately live streaming, and I'm somebody that gets the threats, people are looking for me, and I live stream sometimes when I'm at protests, usually when I have security. I'm not live streaming my location all the time everywhere, but fine. But he's justification. He's well, obviously don't bring he told me tonight earlier before that. We didn't even get to that. I wasn't going to bring it up, but he goes, why'd you bring your wife with you? It's what? Who am I talking to? But he has a really, and yeah, anyways, let's keep going with these.
This is from Dixon. Thanks for the super chat. I'm not buying it. Armed security should have ended the threat permanently.
No, that's a joke.
I mean, that's a joke, but in some countries, that happens sometimes.
Dude, you can't lunge at people. I don't care. You just can't, and you can't hit the security guard. You can't.
Arclux, thanks for the super chat. He looks like something Neil Patrick Harris.
Patrick. Let's see.
Guys, don't be mean to Chris, guys. Come on, don't be mean to Chris.
I honestly...
Actually... Look, Chris does have a bit of... He does have a bit of that look.
He kind of does, but no offense to Chris, I think he would like to look like that.
He kind of looks like that, I think.
A kind of gayer version of it is what this lovely super chat was. Listen, we don't have to... You know what? We're not going to attack him for his sexuality or ethnicity or whatever, religion. Yeah. No, we're just going to attack him for being everything he accused me of. Everything he accused me of. Even the obnoxiousness. He's obnoxious just on a low tone. I'm loudly obnoxious. Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you. This is from Baz. Avi, nobody watches your videos.
It's so true. And he kept bringing up that Elon Musk. What a weird flex that he tried to pull on me. He's been retweeted by Elon Musk twice.
Yeah, I don't think those things matter. I mean, Elon Musk's commented on things I posted, so I don't think those things kind of matter. You have to.
Trump has shared my content. Trump has shared my content.
We got to show a bit of humility, Chris. you got to show a bit of humility.
Is it an?
But look, I want to correct. From my personal opinion, I don't think Chris is jealous or anything like this. I think this is just Chris's way of operating. I've watched him for a long time. I've watched his streams for a long time. He's a very interesting and different character to the way that I do things and the way that you do things. I've seen his interactions with police, even his interactions with law enforcement and stuff. The way that he speaks, can often, be confusing to many others. So Chris
Oh,
speaks in these
really?
riddles. Chris speaks in these riddles, and he's self-assured in the manner that he carries himself,
Maybe I
and
should have watched some of his content before getting
that
triggered.
comes across
I got triggered.
that comes across to people that don't all often engage with his content as something totally different. Like when I spoke to him yesterday, I knew exactly the type of way that he would speak to me and stuff. And then people are like, Rukshan, you're speaking really loudly, you're being aggressive and things like this. No, because if you talk on a podcast or a stream at Chris's speed and his tone and his level, you will be there for hours and hours trying to get your point across because it doesn't stop. He goes to transcripts. We've witnessed it tonight. So you have to kind of just keep talking and get your point across. Because if you try to have a normal conversation with Chris, he leads it in all types of different directions. He'll bring up Liz Dora, he'll bring up Sky News, he'll bring up something that's totally irrelevant to the conversation, and you have to move on past that. But I know that about Chris. Chris, you might. I'm giving you feedback now, Chris.
I think that's funny. I hear Chris, we got the flex for you. Something I'll take. Rukshan knows you better than me, so maybe you're not jealous. You're just a weirdo. But if we're already flexing, I was on Rogan. You're right.
Avi was on end of story, mate. Show some humility, man. Why did you even bring up that comment? Show some humility.
I brought it. It's the bottom. It's the newest comment. It's literally scrolling as we speak, but I had to bring it because it was relevant to the conversation we were having right now. All right, let's keep going.
This is from Cruel Intentions. Thanks, mate. Who the F is this clown? Looks like he was on Mommy's Milk till age 14. I feel bad reading these comments, Avi. I think you got to read the super chats. Because
who is this ever clown? Looks like he's your Mummy's Milk till age 14. Listen, he annoys me, and I think his personality just does rub me up the wrong way, and I hear what you're saying. Like he talks in riddles. That's the best way to actually describe the way he operates. Like whenever you talk to him, he does talk in riddles, and it annoys me because it's like, just be straight. Like I'm asking you a question, just answer the question. Don't go around in some weird and make me try work out your answer. And it's really weird because when he does that, then he tells you to be really precise in quoting him. It's like, dude, if I had to be precise in quoting you, I'm going to be here for an hour quoting. I have to paraphrase what you're saying. But I'm not going to attack if and when and how long he was breastfed, because I think that's irrelevant. But maybe it's true. Don't know.
I mean, there's elements of his views which are very soy. Chris, I've turned off streams. You're on.
Man, for a guy that doesn't like comments, like bad comments, and it's funny because he talks about my haters, and these are the people that matter to me are supporters, not haters. Like I'm not guided by haters because
you can't be guided by hate. Like I've just kind of kept to doing what I want to do with my perspective and my principles and my ethics, and that's kind of how you have to approach things. I get so many comments from people telling me, "Oh, drop Avi," or change your view.
Me too.
You have to understand the views that I have are my own, and I believe in them. That's why I espouse them, and I do things a certain way. You can't let other people, no matter how much of a fan they might be or how much of a fan they used to be, make you the journalist or the commentator or whatever it is that you want to be. You got to be direct in yourself. And again, even though I don't agree with people like Candace Owens or Nick Fuentes, I look at them and I'm like, no matter what everyone around them is saying, and there might be legitimate concerns that people have, they are in that what they believe in, and they pursue that. And you got to have a little bit of a little bit of that in you if you're principled in those views. Now the problem with like someone like Candace Owens, Avi, is even though I bring her up, she's had different opinions that she's contradicted herself multiple times. I just want to put that as a caveat because that's where you get into different territory.
And that's what I was trying to also bring to him is like, why would I be guided even if it was my supporters? Like I'm definitely not going to be guided by my haters. But even if it was my supporters, like I'm not going to change my view like so many have done, like Candace, like Tucker. Like I'm not going to change that because that's the popular opinion now. Like I think that just shows who you are. And the funny thing is, those people have done that several times now. Like Candace started on the left, went to the right, and then went to the crazy right. We've got to do a we've got to do an update on the girls' feed here as well.
Okay, and is there more super chats, or are we almost
there
done?
are. No, there are, man. You're gonna have to wait.
Okay, cool. Now we'll keep going.
Mate, we're
Give
gonna
us an
guys
update.
keep super chatting so we keep Rukshan here all night. And so now one loved, and then my wife said, "Thank God for your husband, the only calm person." Do you reckon you were more calm? I guess he did explode at one
Look,
point.
I had my little debate with Chris last night, so I had it out of my system.
But you didn't get
I
angry.
had
You didn't get angry.
Nah, people think I was angry because they don't normally see me talking like that in that manner. So they're like, "Oh, this is like not how Rukshan normally talks," and things like this.
Yeah.
But that's just me being myself. And sometimes when you're having a debate or you're having a discussion, you can just be yourself. And I was myself in that situation.
I look. I need to do more of those debates with, but I think he triggered me. Like I got way too overtired. Like it annoys me because I should have just been calm and mocked him, but like it just annoyed me. The level of gaslighting in that was annoying. It's like just own it. Stop pivoting. That's what you just said. Like stop going to this stupid. And he got me. Like he got under my skin, and which was obvious. I wish I didn't.
He's effective at that. I've got to give it to Chris. I've seen him do that multiple people, multiple times. He's effective.
Do you think he does that on purpose, or that's
no?
Just
that's just who he is.
He's just an annoying person.
Yes. You can look at it that way.
Yeah, the only calm person, and your wife actually wrote haha, like literally, and you and Chris, of course. So I don't know. She actually says she's admitting Chris was calm too. She's talking about my wife. My wife's calm. Yeah, she's not like me and your wife. We're the loose cannons. Yeah, you can. Sorry, I'm behind. I keep pausing messages. That's where we're at. That's a message update. It's actually quite entertaining, the girls' messages.
As the Dark Horse, thanks for the super chat. Oh shit, they make boy Karens now. We are done.
I don't know if she's talking about me or Chris. Nah, I think definitely Chris. Like his whole reaction to that, and he's such a sneaky little weasel. Ugh. Like that minute clip. Because what you do is we publish the whole report, and then you put little clips to promote it. And he's taken that 1 minute, which is actually in the last minute of the video, and and then he's such a Karen about it. That is literally that's what we should have called him, a Karen. You're a Karen. Like, nah, like he acted like the cops came to protect him from us. What?
Yeah. That's usually not that. That's not what the police are doing most. Like, most protests I see, the police, when they step in, the first thing they do is just control the situation, and they don't take sides. They're just moving people away.
And Daniel would have been ended if they just stopped fighting. Do you know what I mean? It's only if they fight. And he knows. Are you telling me Chris really believes, one, that was actually a violent situation, and two, that the cops had to step in to protect them from Daniel? Like, surely you don't think he believes that? I don't know. I'm not gonna. I can't even try to get into that.
Chris, you read the Chris comments.
Chris is a female with a beard. Yes. There's nothing wrong with females. I can't wait to hug one very shortly. Abby says, I almost missed this catch up on Kill Tony. This is by far more comedic. What a laugh. Abby,
I'm glad you guys are entertained.
Yeah, look, I am glad. I am glad that out of our supporters, I don't know what the rest of the comments are like. I'm glad that our supporters, the ones that make it possible, the super chatters, you guys are entertained, because you guys are the ones that make this viable. So as long as it's viable, we'll keep doing it. It's actually brought a lot of super chats, so keep it up. Maybe we'll have him back. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Band Jr. has left the building.
Actually, Chris, you do have a resemblance to Adam Band. That's
yes, you are.
Maybe even an ideological resemblance.
Yes. Yeah, he is a little lefty. That's the thing with him. He doesn't even want to own his whole, like, oh my God. Anyways, that was exhausting and frustrating. Well done, Avi. Well, I appreciate Judah Akiva. I can't say it was my finest moment. I let him get under my skin, but whatever. It was fun, and you guys enjoyed it, so whatever. Put in the transcript. He crashed out to have a cry. Like,
He
honestly,
did crash out. He did crash out.
He-
He did crash out.
He crashed
He did
out.
crash out.
Like, he did that thing. You know what people do? These are like all such transparent techniques. Like, he did this thing where he goes, if I just say and mock that I'm doing it, then it doesn't mean I'm doing it. Dude, you crashed out. You want to
Yeah,
say
he
you
did
only
crash
got to
out.
be there for half an hour. It's like, dude, if you only wanted to be here for half an hour, all you had to do was just answer each question instead of. And like, how funny was it? He wanted me from the beginning just to line up the questions for him. It's like, he goes, he has a transcript. I can borrow his transcript. What? What? You cooker. He's a cooker. He's cooked. We got, am I reading the good ones or just the bad ones?
Sending you both a big virtual hug. Thanks, Abby.
Thank you, Abby.
so
Abby,
much.
we're sending one right back. We actually do love you because you are one of our best supporters. So it's extra love. You can buy
Hey,
our
Rook.
love.
Hey, Rook, you nailed it. Is Chris on the spectrum? Chris is
No,
definitely
he's
on
not on the spectrum.
no. He's on a type of spectrum that even we don't understand in the sense of
This is the spectrum, and Chris. This is a spectrum. Chris fell off the air. Oh no, this side. He's fallen off. Chris is off the spectrum. He's fallen off the spectrum. He's defined the cooker. He's gonna have a talk about all the times I called him names. I'm just having fun now, Chris.
There's plenty of clips from this live stream. I'm sure we'll see them pop up elsewhere.
Chris, you shouldn't have crashed out, and then you wouldn't have this. You'd be here to answer. You could have stayed here and answered all these
And read the
super
super chat. I don't know. It would have been a bit of fun.
Oh, here, Chris ovaries changing. Woo!
All right.
I'm enjoying these ones. Chris ovaries. That should be your new handle. Yep. I don't know why we're making it. Why are we putting down women though? My wife is more of a man than Chris. Chris
spectrums. Maybe people.
They're just giving him names. Chris, you got a lot of options. Can't have a conversation with a disingenuous clout chaser. The deflection, bait and switch is insane. Correction, Rukshan. You call him a journalist. He's a live streamer. But no, a serious note, like that literally, like that's what the frustration, that's what was getting under my skin. He literally did, like the cloud chasing must be true because that's why he's so upset about whatever that thing is with the video. Disingenuous, 100%. The deflection and the bait and switch. The bait and switch, so annoying. It was just so annoying. And I don't know. I think I've got to learn when you talk to someone like that to just. I think instead of like losing my shit, I should have just summarized it and moved on. But I let him keep going. Which, no, do you think that would be the way to handle it?
Look, I mean, I was just entertained by it all, so I'm just here for the entertainment.
You're a Zionist puppet.
Chris has a crush on Avi.
Stop it.
Perhaps he's very invested in fixing your image. He's very invested in making you a good journalist.
But out of all that, the summary is for me to be a good journalist because the problem is my position on Israel. So sacrifice my life. And then I can be a good journalist again. It's so retarded. Anyways,
Spartacan, the Krav Maga. There is more that support Israel in the world. We saw that at Eurovision voting from the public. UK public gave Israel 12 points.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know what's true. I'm not going to sit here and pretend. I know that the other side is very loud, obnoxious, threatening. They do everything the left does, 100%.
Yeah.
That it's scary these days to voice your support of Israel. So 100% I agree with that. But at the same time, there has definitely been an explosion, especially on the right, with this anti-Israel stuff.
Yep.
And I can see the undertone with Chris. He's subscribed to, well, it's not even an undertone. Like, he's saying my journalism is bad because I'm supporting Israel. So I guess if we read into that, he's clearly on the other side now, which was kind of unheard of on the right a few years ago.
Yeah. I mean, that's why we've got the term woke right now. So
Yeah. Look, if I had to, I think Chris probably has his own box. He's a bit of a weirdo like that, but I think he, you could see who he's aligning himself. I think he is going to that position of the woke right. Catherine was saying, I was responding to Chris and poll numbers.
I think that was around the Muslim.
Yeah.
So we do.
Yeah.
He's saying Australia has a growing Muslim demographic, so
that helps
poll
the
numbers
polls. Yeah,
don't
it skews
necessarily,
the polls.
and poll numbers don't necessarily reflect the views of, it reflects the view of a broad number of people now that call Australia home.
Yeah,
including people who have a dislike of Jews. That
and if a bad so like if a bad idea is popular, it doesn't make it right. Do you know what I mean? Like, just because it's popular
that's common sense.
I don't care. I'm not going to give up on my principles. I'm not going to change my position. Just like I'm not going to turn on Australia on the values and principles that make me love Australia. I'm not going to do that to Israel either. Both to me are the same thing. And if you think that I am biased because I won't go to an Invasion Day rally and be obnoxious to them like I've done for years. I've been obnoxious to so you can make the same argument. I've been obnoxious at the Australian Day or the Invasion Day protests, whatever they are, on Australia Day, and I was obnoxious to them because of my clear, unapologetic, proud support of Australia. It's the same thing.
Yeah, of course.
Chris was like Penny Wong. In what way, I wonder?
I think that's probably the most insulting comment I've read the whole day.
I know that one. I think Michael, I think you've gone too far. No, I think that's crossed the line. I think that's crossed the line.
It's crossed the line.
Is that because? And also, look, I think I don't want to unpack it. There's too much there, and it's as he likes to say. He always says like when he gets caught on something, he goes, "Oh, there's like 6 layers there." It's like, no, bro. It was pretty straight. I don't know why. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I know he does. Coast Life says Zionists use migration to dilute Western identity. Interesting. In that case, then perhaps Chris's poll numbers might be diluted as well by this same
Zionists used migration to dilute Western identity. I love that conspiracy. Like, yes, I'm a Zionist, and I used immigration to dilute Western identity because that's going really well for me at the moment. You guys don't think through your conspiracy sometimes. Okay, this one's true. This one's true.
It's all Trump's fault. And if you look at it, Anthony, in that context, Trump is doing what is unpopular if you compare it to what the rest of the world is saying when it comes to this, but he's sticking to his conviction and going through what he promised to do and the things that he believes in. I think that's what people expect of leaders and at times of journalists as well, just to have, be true to yourself and have conviction. I don't think popular opinion should change one's views.
100%. That is, by definition, the difference between someone with conviction and one without. If you can change because you're
of a poll because of a poll.
How embarrassing! Like, it's so embarrassing.
I don't know why people make that. I don't know how you can, with a straight face, make that argument when you covered the COVID protest, which was extremely unpopular in the public eye.
I know.
You weren't doing what was publicly popular. Chris was from the we are the Kariwi tribe. I don't know.
You guys are so mean. All right, unless somebody throws another super chat, here we got the last super chat. If you want to keep Rukshan up, throw another super chat in quickly just to annoy him, because I can see how much he wants to go.
Cruel Intentions says, we lost my dad today. That's sad, cruel. If anyone has a good father like mine was, remember to say something nice to him. Also, Abigail King is cute as there's something else going on
as
toward
F.
the end there.
Okay.
But look, cruel
Firstly,
intentions.
yeah.
You've been watching our stream for I think many weeks now, and really sorry to hear about the loss of your father. And it's exactly, you're right what you say. If anyone has a good father like mine was, remember to say something nice to him. And that is a reality of the world that we live in, and it's a very good sentiment to have. Again, condolences from the Opposition podcast, myself and Avi.
No, really, and I remember like in the past few weeks because he was saying he was in the hospital. I'm assuming.
I think that was bad. I think that was Baz. Was it? Was it Cruel? I don't remember.
Cruel?
Maybe it was Cruel. Maybe it was Cruel as well.
Oh, maybe I'm getting it wrong. Was it? I thought it was Cruel.
Baz was
Baz
at
from the hospital. Oh, sorry. All right. And Abigail King is cute as I do like how there was a serious side of it, and then an even more serious side of it.
Yeah.
We need to should we set up a dating part of our comments?
Yeah, that's it. Opposition Tinder.
I reckon you guys should flirt in the super chats. And that way you can say this has been the most expensive relationship you've ever had. It started. Yep. Mate. Thanks for the super chat, you idiot. I'm reading it. All right. Oh, 1 second. We got Baz. Oh, okay. It was Baz. Okay, sorry. I confused, mate. So I knew it was like how is your dad going, Baz? I'm not trying to... You can put this in the normal comments. I'm not just trying to make you give us... I hope he's all right. Yeah, so I did confuse the two of you. All right. Sorry for your loss, cruel intentions. And Baz, we wish your dad well, hopefully a speedy recovery. And Abigail, in the next live, you're going to have to at least dangle a carrot. Like, even if you're not keen, cruel intentions does sound like they have good intentions. But even if you think cruel intentions might not be in it for the right reasons, just dangle the carrot in the super chat. Help this Zionist enterprise. That's how... No? Do you agree with me, or?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed.
You're not opposed? We're like pimping out our super chat section. Guys, I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. It was a little bit different. It's almost 11 o'clock. Wow, that was...
epic stream.
4 hours. Didn't feel like it. Oh, wait. We got $1 from Coast Life just to keep you up there. Oh, you see what Coast... Because they put like a hateful one that I didn't read. Like, if you're going to put Jew hate stuff on there, I don't care if you pay. If you're just going to put Jew hate stuff, like if it's blatantly Jew hatred, I ain't reading it. Baz, sorry to hear. Baz says, sadly, Dad's not coming. So not coming home. Sorry, yeah, it is. Let's see, as Rukshan said, that is life. That's just, there's one thing that that's guaranteed, and life ends. And you know what? Yeah, I haven't been through that yet, so I don't know how it would feel, but I don't envy you. And best wishes. What do we have here? The question is who is Chris's dad? Who is Chris's dad? See the what? The question is who is Chris's dad? See the... How are you guys making jokes about Chris's dad when we've got like two people? One person just told us like the sad news of the dad. The other one told us also the sad news of their dad. Like, one just passed away, one is not coming back from the hospital, and you guys tie that into Chris. I think that Baron. I appreciate the super chat. That was inappropriate though. Not at the like. I do like banter, but there is a time and place. No, Rukshan, back me up here.
I agree.
Chat was fire tonight. Thanks, everyone. Great show. Was the chat? Was the general?
I was reading the chat throughout it because obviously.
So was the general?
You
Hold on. So what was the general chat just before we go? Like, was it supporting Chris or was it mostly?
It was a mix of everything.
Because people would struggle with their hate for me, but Chris is not a likable guy. Hence, he doesn't have that many followers.
Yeah, look, I will say that people were not convinced by Chris's approach to this discussion. I think it frustrated. As much as it frustrated you, I believe it frustrated many people in the comments.
Oh, that's interesting. Because I know.
Mostly because of his soft whispering that talking like this.
The fake. It's a fake whisper.
People couldn't understand what he said. The only time people heard Chris was when he actually spoke up like a man and used his manly voice to give his passionate take on something. But when he's just whispering like this, no one could hear.
The general chat was laughing a lot. Chris' personality. Okay, it was funny. All right, people enjoyed it. I was just like I shouldn't have lost it. I should have just been more on my thing. But you know what? I want to have more. I want to have more haters on. And
we're gonna get more people on. Like it's
hate. Like, I want haters. I want more.
And we get
one hater each week.
All right.
A hater a week. That's what I want. That's more fun. It was fun. General chat was pretty funny. Check the transcript. I wonder if he's crying yet on X. Is he? Well, oh wait, we got to do. Is there anything from the girls? The chat today was way nicer and kinder than Chris's chat yesterday. The people that watch him are actually evil. You guys genuinely have normal followers. Look, there are people that do come and hate watch me. I'm not delusional, and I don't mind them because it helps the algorithm. But and that was the point I was trying to make, is like his entire chat, every single comment. And remember when you were on it, like later on in it, we couldn't get there because he had to run away. But his chat, like every single comment that he did end up bringing, he was like, he had to skip him because they were so full of Jew hatred.
Yeah.
Turn on, what's TTS Super Chats so we can roast them? What's TTS Super Chats?
Transcript Super Chats? TTS is some sort of transcript thing, right? No. Text to speech, yeah. Text to speech, yeah.
Text to speech. So what would that mean? Is that a joke? Am I missing something? Like, so turn on text to speech so we can roast them.
No, I think because text to speech, there is a feature where the super chat, instead of us reading it, it reads it out.
Oh, that's what Nick. That's what.
Some people do that.
Fuentes
yeah, I think
does that.
Yeah, I think this is about that. Yeah.
Oh, that would be funny. Yeah, we could do. Yeah. I don't know. Is it better that we read it or that they read it?
I don't know. Maybe we can look into that if we can build that in or something like that.
Too funny. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, as usual, just to help the algorithm. We want to make Chris famous because he's such an honest. He needs the following. He's got all the humility. So. We want people to see this episode. So like it, give it a share, and make sure whatever platform you're watching on now, hit the subscribe and the notification bell so you get more of these lives, and hopefully more with haters, and hopefully I handle it more with my...
More humility.
More humility. And comedy.
More humility.
I want to laugh.
I've never heard that brought up in the context of the kind of street journalism that people do. Humility, like street journalism is not that game. That's just, I don't know.
No, like he's calling me arrogant. Like I'm arrogant. Like everything I'm doing is arrogant. But like the thing that's weird in saying that about that report, like in the 20-minute report, outside of the minute that he showed us, is like I have nice, genuine conversations with actual Christians, like grandmas, and like. The only people there was a problem with were people that were screaming at me, sticking fingers up at me, were bringing Hitler stuff up at me. You know what I mean? Like, so you want me to be more humble around the Nazis? Got it, Chriso. God bless. Good night. People follow you just to quickly say where to
go. You can follow me at The Real Rukshan on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Follow me. And you can also I'll give Chris a plug as well. Chris, you can follow me at Chris Coveries on X. Just look for the subtext that says New South Wales finest protest live streamer. That will be the account that you're looking for. And with that, guys, have a good night. We will see you back next week on the Opposition Podcast.
And before we go, the girls' messages end with hurry up and finish. Ha ha ha, he's actually reading our convo. Ha ha ha. On that note, for those of you, follow avi.com. You can find all my socials there. And if you hate watching, make sure to do it across all those platforms. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, guys.
And hopefully tonight you leave with some humility.
Humility. That's the catchphrase. Humility.
Last word on the transcript will be humility.